Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday.
Hi.
Welcome back to the Abomination Vaults, Eyes of Empty Death. And if you're watching us live, we got a hype train going in chat. Woo!
Hi,
For the first time tonight.
Woo-choo!
Definitely the first time. We did not have a false start.
Yeah, no, of course not. For our penultimate episode of the entire adventure path tonight, by the way, I'm your GM, Steve, and I'm joined by Mike, Rick, Richard, and Nina. Together we are Recall Knowledge, a group of 5e vets going on a journey and crit fumbling our way through learning Pathfinder. Say hello, everyone!
Hello,
everyone.
I don't know we are, crit fumbling our way yet. We are there. We've been there. We're like veterans now. That's weird to say. Sorry, I gotta request a hydrate in chat. I have to do it. For those of you who are new to the show, welcome. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. It's good to have you with us as always. And personally, guys, I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that we are so close to the end. This is the 39th episode of our campaign. We started streaming originally in January of last year, and we're in January of this year, which means we've been playing for an entire year.
Damn.
And here we are, a year later, standing right on the brink of facing down Belcora for all the marbles. And my biggest request, please do me a favor, guys. Don't TPK tonight. I don't think my heart could take that. Yeah,
no,
and
that guy's been calling it out.
Yeah, that guy in chat's cheering for TPK. Let's please not TPK, okay? If you're in chat and you're sitting on some of those heroic coins you've been earning watching, donate them to the players. They might need the help tonight. But because we have so much to do, would tonight be the night? Tonight's the penultimate episode, CJ. So tonight we shouldn't TPK. We should get right to Belcora, and Belcora should happen next week. I hope. Fingers crossed. But we have a lot to do, so let's jump right into our announcements so we can get right into the action. Off the top, our first sponsor of the night is Molten Hosting!
Molten
Hosting!
You guys are hot.
Molten Hosting continues their sponsorship of Recall Knowledge, our official hosting service for the Foundry Virtual Tabletop. While the Molten Homies are still on break this week... Oh, Richard, thanks for the cheer. While the Molten Homies are still on break this week, working on releasing their next rap single on SoundCloud, which might be premiering next week.
Nope.
Let's check in with our old friends Mike and Rick, and let's see how they're doing in that old saga. Go ahead, Richard, take it away.
GMs, how many times has this happened to you?
Hey, Mike. I was just finishing up my Breaking Bad marathon, and I was wondering about our session tonight. Are we still on for the session?
Yeah, Nina, same stuff here. My hard drive was acting up, so my computer keeps freezing. So, again, I'm not sure tonight if we're going to be able to play.
Yeah, I feel like we're stuck in this weird deja vu loop. I gotta say, if we don't play tonight, I think I'm just gonna become a full-blown meth dealer. Mm-hmm.
Oh, don't do that, Nina. I didn't realize this was that important to you. Okay, you know what? Let me give my friend a call, and maybe he can help.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, Rick, it's Mike.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Isn't your game tonight?
Yeah, but unfortunately, I keep running into issues self-hosting. Think I'm finally ready to listen to you and move my game to the cloud. What was that service you keep talking about?
Oh, I'm glad you're finally ready to listen. You should head on over to moltenhosting.com and set up your server there. You can have a new server up and deployed in minutes. And with their new web-based file transfer system, you can easily upload your existing server and pick up right where you left off.
Thanks, Rick. I feel like I've been listening to people tell me this for months, but I just keep putting it off till later. I'm a damn procrastinator.
Yeah, you and everybody else listening should take the plunge today. Also, to help you out, use code Recall Knowledge at checkout. Your first month is free.
Wow, that's awesome. What is Recall Knowledge anyways?
Just a bunch of dorks with an actual play who really love their service.
Okay, well, let me give my player a call back and let her know that we're back on tonight. Thanks again, Rick.
All right, buddy. See ya.
Okay, so I'm going to need to hire a couple of guys who know how to hurt people. Yeah, a bunch of people to peddle my product. Some blue food collaring, a sleazy lawyer. Oh, hang on a second. I have another call. I'll get right back to you. This is Ninna. I have the blue stuff.
The blue stuff? Forget that, Ninna. Don't throw your life away on meth. I've switched over to Molten Hosting. We'll never miss a game again, I promise.
No, it's too late for me, Mike. I've made my choices.
But Ninna, we need you. I need you. I won't let you throw your life away like this. Molten Hosting will save you.
I can't. Goodbye, Mike.
And thus, we witnessed the birth of a new villain. It all could have been avoided had Mike just switched to Molten Hosting earlier. Don't make the same mistake. Switch to Molten Hosting today. It's just that easy. And don't do drugs.
I'm the one who knocks.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Oh man, so Mike finally took our advice and became a Rick. But was it too late? Has Ninna crossed the point of no return? Will the Mike character redemption arc go down as the greatest in cinematic history? Find out in the future if Molten Hosting continues to sponsor our next show. Woo! For now, though.
If they see Molten Homies, I'm not sure.
That's true.
Contractually, I got a contract that says I have to do Molten Homies every week. Sorry. But for now, you should head on over to moltenhosting.com and check out their service. Use the code RECALLKNOWLEDGE, that's one word, at checkout, and your first month of service is completely free on us. Thank you, Molten Hosting, for sponsoring tonight's episode.
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
Molten
thank you,
Hosting.
Ninna.
Thank you, Molten.
And
thank you, homies.
Yeah, thank you, Ninna, Mike, and Rick for this saga that has unfolded before our very eyes over the last 2 seasons of the show. I mean, people talk about Breaking Bad being the greatest show on TV, but maybe we have a shot here. I just copied the same plot lines. All right, moving on. Our second sponsor of the night is the Rollsmith.
Roll 'em. Keep those dice a rolling.
The Rollsmith is the maker of awesome virtual dice to use in your Foundry virtual tabletop games. You can use these dice as an extension to the free Dice So Nice module, which everyone should be using, and take your dice customization to the next level. It's the best way to continue to feed that dice addiction in the virtual tabletop space. And I gotta say, it's a lot more affordable too. They are the dice that we feature here on our show that you will see during our battle scenes, and they will make an awesome addition to your table. As a bonus, if you buy one set, you can gift it to your DM or GM, and they can install that in their Foundry and share it with everyone at the table, so everybody can use the dice for just the cost of one. So that is really awesome. Head on over to therollsmith.com today to check out all the options they have to offer. If you're in our chat, you're watching live, and you haven't tried this before and you want a set, reach out to one of the cast members. We'll hook you up with a set tonight. It'll be really cool. So thank you, Rollsmith.
Except for that
Rollsmith.
guy.
Except
for that
guy.
TPK guy. Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I think that does it for our announcements. Are you guys ready to play some Pathfinder?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Viewers, listeners, go ahead and sit back and relax. And players, let's jump into tonight's penultimate episode of the Abomination Vaults, Eyes of Empty Death, episode 7.
Woo!
7?
Come
Wait, no, that's backwards.
It's like this.
Hey, I did it!
7.
7, all right. 7 it is. No, still can't do it. Beneath the quiet fishing town of Otari, something sinister has awoken. The sorceress Belcora Haravex, destroyed nearly 500 years ago by the Rose Guard, has returned. Her spirit will not rest until it finishes what she started so long ago. The destruction of Absalom, and with it, Otari. A band of heroes have united to answer the call, delving beneath the mysterious lighthouse known as the Gauntlet. Together, they discovered a dungeon that Belcora called the Abomination Vaults, originating from a site where their outer goddess Nhimbaloth once brushed against this world. During their adventures, the heroes have managed to dispatch cults dedicated to the Ghost Queen, the self-appointed guardian of the lighthouse named Volek, a flesh warper conducting strange experiments in his laboratory named Jafaki, and most recently, a contract devil named Eurevian, general to Belcora's armies, now sent back to the Nine Hells. With the pathway cleared, the heroes of Otari must take up their weapons one last time, descend down into the lowest levels of the Abomination Vaults, and face off against Belcora once and for all, hoping to find a way to put an end to her vengeful quest. Will the heroes succeed in their task? Or will they, like so many before them, finally succumb to the eyes of empty death? And we are back. The camera fades in, with the heroes of Otari standing in the middle of a large chamber. A strange jade statue of a skeleton sits here, an ornate shroud carved beautifully into the stone across it, just standing still, watching the group. Bundles of swamp weeds fall from its clenched teeth. Narrow slits surround the walls of this chamber, where moments ago, spirits of long-dead cultists still haunt this place, continuing their trials of those who would dare walk into this sanctum. We now join our heroes of Otari in the midst of their first trial. What would you guys like to do next, heroes of Otari?
I would like to do treat wounds on myself.
No, why don't you hold on? Here, let me stand still. Don't move.
Okay.
And I put my arm on her shoulder. And I cast Lay on Hands.
Lay on Hands it is. How much do lay on hands do these days?
Whoa!
30.
30.
Oh, how? Your hand is warmer than usual.
I only put it on your shoulder.
Holy crap. Alright, I'm so much better.
Give me
Alright.
some more there, Ninna. I can give you a little bit more.
It's so weird that you call me by my last name, Clovis. But yeah, I'm
Sorry.
like
Sorry,
if I have to quantify it, it'd be like 9 more before I'm full.
I was thinking of my friend. Yeah, let me give you some. How many good berries are there now, Steve? 6? No, there's more than that.
This is alright.
It's 5. It's 5 per cast.
5 now, right?
No, I feel amazing. Thank you guys.
That's great. Are we ready to go already?
Do you need any healing?
Whatever.
Oh, someone's playing coy. Alright.
All right.
All
Those are yours. All 5 of those are yours. No, Lara.
Thank
This is
you.
an interesting thing I just want to visualize, right? Because Mukta, you're carrying all the lenses in the fulcrum lens. You got all these lenses slotted into this big thing.
Strapped to my back.
It's strapped to your back because it's like you're wearing like a backpack. Because there's a big old like battle last week, And you were like firing and rushing around. So the whole time you just have this huge thing strapped to your back.
Hmm.
Nice.
I've got it shifted so my quivers are on one side, and then
So sitting in this chamber, right? We pieced this together last week. You guys were commanded to nail these things, shoot you with poison darts. You survived this portion of the trial, and there are kind of two ways leading out of this chamber. One way leads north, and one way leads south. So you feel free to heal up. You can refocus.
Okay.
I don't know how much time you guys plan to spend in here. You let me know, and then we'll move on as soon as you guys are ready, and we can go back to
10 minutes?
Yeah, I just need 10 minutes. Sounds good, Halarmity. I'm good with 10. We'll get out of here.
Okay.
While they're refocusing, can I just like open the doors and just see what I can see?
Yeah, sure. As long as there's
Okay.
nothing dangerous on the other side.
Oh,
Which door would you like to check while they're refocusing?
I'll do this first. Actually, before I open it, can I listen?
Of course, yeah. Give me a perception check. A secret perception check.
Okay, a secret.
Don't forget, Mukta can help you with traps too.
New Lara moves up to the north set of double doors and kind of
Is it? It's private GM role, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Blind GM roll? I think it's blind GM roll.
Okay.
Public,
Okay.
private means we can both see it. Blind means only I can see
Okay.
it.
I have rolled it.
Ooh, you rolled the Holy Day dice.
Oh, Mary Chrysler!
Oh, you say Mary Chrysler!
Mary Chrysler!
Oh.
Okay.
You gotta remember
You
that.
push your ear against these doors and listen very quietly, and are 100% confident it's completely silent on the other end. Nothing on the other end.
Mukta, while the boys are doing their thing, do you want to check these for traps? Oh, there's 2 doors.
do I have to?
I mean, yeah. You've always been doing that.
Sure, why not?
Thank you.
That wax-covered Mukta sullen face moves over. Oh yeah, you can go ahead and give me a secret perception check as well, Mukta.
Thinking. No, I'm just indifferent. I'm not. Although I am stupefied a little bit. I'm going to open the door.
That's right, you are so
Perfect.
stupefied.
Well,
Stupefied.
I will say, just as you approach this, even your passive ability to look for traps, it doesn't look trapped to you. So you fling the door open.
It's not trapped. See?
Yep, feel free to open the door. You should be able to.
Ah!
It opens into a small hallway with another set of double doors at the end.
And by the way, Mukta, you see Mukta literally just walk up and then he just opens the door and just says it's not trapped.
No shit, Mukta.
This hallway looks like it's only about 15 feet in. It has another double set of doors on the other end, but then from here you could also, you can see there's another sort of T intersection with a doorway that heads off to the west as well.
Can I do the same thing for this door and just take a listen?
Yeah, give me a secret perception check.
Private. Oh, blind. I meant. It's not like we've been doing this for 39 episodes.
So you press your door to this ear and listen, and are 100% confident it is completely silent on the other end. Same as before. Which is ironic because your last roll was a natural 1,
Oh!
and this roll was a 19.
Oh, sweet.
One extreme to the other almost. So it seems not trapped, nothing on the other end, just dead silence.
I open the door.
Okay.
Oh, I don't see much here. Oh, bathroom! Bathroom!
It's a yeah.
Oh my god.
So you
I
spin
say
around.
it undercommon too.
You spin around and do the bathroom sign. Yeah, it looks like a bathroom, although what it looks like it's just 2 bathtubs. There's no toilets or anything. It's just 2 grime-crusted copper bathtubs with no water and what looks like maybe a little bit of sort of black sludge against the south wall. But that's all that appears to be in this room. Hero points and plot armors are out of stock. I need to check on that.
All right,
Maybe.
so there's 2 bathtubs in here, but it appears that it hasn't been working for a long time. The doors that Mukta opened lead to other doors. So, do you guys want to go left or right?
Doesn't really matter to me.
Yep. I agree with you, Mukta. It doesn't really matter. One's as good as the other. I'm sure it probably just circles around and connects on the back.
All right. Well, when you all are ready, I'm already here. Less guesswork. There's only one door.
Do I have to go in there with you?
I mean, I could try and listen to this again, unless Mukta, you want to. No, he just opened the other door earlier.
Hey, Hal, there's a bathroom in there. You can go take a shower again or a bath.
That the other one we went to a few stories or levels or before where Valak was or nearby. That one was cleaner. It washed, like it had automatic washing of the pots and stuff.
A bidet.
Bidet.
All right. I'll do the same thing here too, Steve. Perception.
So what's everyone's exploration activities as we're doing this?
I'll be scouting.
Okay.
I'll continue to investigate.
Okay.
Detect magic.
Detect magic, the old standby. And
I
for
Mukta will be avoiding notice.
oh, look at that! Versace Hovercraft just gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Wow!
Whoa!
Those-
Thank you, Versace
Nice.
Hovercraft.
And for
Those
those
guys
of
are
you who
hot.
don't know, Versace Hovercraft is the owner of Molten Hosting, so he is.
Oh
the man.
no! Good thing he didn't see the molten homies.
That's
no,
what
I
he
think,
came here for.
Oh,
yeah, I think he saw it. That's why he's here.
thank you. Your homies appreciate it. Appreciate you sponsoring us.
I heard that
Oh,
they
no.
might not come back because they got snubbed for the Grammys. So
Oh, I did.
Oh.
So, Nulara, you went to this room. Hal, you're putting out Detect Magic. You're getting no pings of magic from this room whatsoever. Mukta, what was your move? Sorry, I missed it.
I'm just avoiding notice.
Avoiding notice. Clovis is like sort of investigating, looking for stuff, and Nulara, you're scouting. You're going ahead. The door seems clear, untrapped. You're free to open it.
Oh, it just leads to another door.
Yeah, so it leads to another door, just like Hal kind of thought. But this door, it looks more ornate, more like solid metal door, with like a face of like Belcora carved into it.
Oh, which one? The one north
The
of me?
one, this one right here to your immediately to your west, and then the short room kind of goes to the north. And as everyone kind of follows you through the room, actually, Clovis, you find something that everyone else in the room missed because you're investigating, you're looking for clues. There's something odd about like the south wall here, and it catches your eye, and basically you're pretty sure that there's a secret door on the south end of this room.
Hey guys, look
Just
over
not
here.
sure how to
I
open
think
it
there
at
might be, might be a secret door. Mukta, can you take a look at this? Your specialty?
And Nulara, you kind of move up to the next door to like check for it, and as you kind of reach out to listen, as you reach out to listen at the next door for this next room, it like burns your hand to the touch, and you pull away, like it seems like that room is like on fire or something.
All right, not safe yet. This room isn't safe. Makes sense. The door is very ornate.
In case you guys missed it, CJ gave every one of the players a hero point for tonight.
Oh, thanks, CJ. Appreciate it.
I knew a song once. It was best room on fire.
So, Mukta, you're searching around.
I'm just going to try to open it.
You give it a push. You like pushing on the wall, just putting all your force into it. It's a little awkward with the tub there because you have to either stand in the tub that has like a weird black sludge at the bottom, or like straddle one head, like foot on each end, and try to push. And you try with all your might, and you're unable to get the wall to budge.
Yeah, there's no door here, Clovis.
In your awesome experience, there's probably a secret activating lever or switch somewhere else in this room.
Maybe that chamber pot that Halarme was talking about, or what do you think?
Whatever you guys want to do.
Does anybody see anything in here that might trigger this door?
I can try.
If you guys want to each give me a perception check, just as if you want to spend some time searching this room for it, that's fine with me.
Yep.
It's just
A blind roll or just roll?
just give a active roll this time. That's fine. So like as you guys are kind of doing this, right? Like think about like in your next exploration.
36 for
10 minute
Clovis.
chunks. Ooh, nice, Clovis. I rolled a secret one for you, Clovis, when you were like searching or investigating, and you got a 37 on your initial check to
nice.
find the door. So that's pretty good.
Sunday rolls on Wednesday.
All right, so Clovis, with the 36, you're searching the room. It only takes you a few minutes. There's this odd kind of shaped stone that juts out on the eastern wall just a little bit, and when you kind of feel it, it like shifts just a little bit, and you give it like a click, And as you do, it sounds almost like a grinding sort of noise in that like weird shaped wall, like clicks and grinds.
Okay.
And now with Mukta pushing against it.
Yeah. Try it, Mukta.
The whole
Push that door, Mukta, now.
Clovis, I wonder if you used the spell that you used on me, if it would help Mukta alleviate the stresses that he's currently feeling at the moment.
Yeah, it could. Just metagaming, he said it'll go off in an hour, so he didn't want me to do it from last game.
Well,
all right.
At this point, we're 20 minutes through that hour, so just keep that in mind. Because we're doing like exploration in 10-minute chunks. So you find the secret door, and you can see it kind of opens into like a narrow cave system, sort of, that looks more naturally existing than these very clean-cut rooms.
Oh boy, I feel like...
What do you guys think? Should we start exploring, or should we be going back to that skeleton lady?
Which skeleton lady? Which one?
The lady who's testing us in this room.
Whisper.
The whispers.
So you start moving into this cave, pretty confident that there's nothing like trapped in here whatsoever, as Mukta like leads the way through.
Sorry, I just have to follow after Mukta. I don't know what he's doing at the moment. He's not himself.
Clovis, as you kind of step back, the rest of them start going into that cave. You can see the door back to the skeleton lady is still locked tight.
Okay. Right. Door's still locked, guys.
So here's what happens. You step into this trap.
Uh-oh.
Because Mukta rolled a... sorry, Mukta, but you rolled a 21 on your secret check. Good thing you took Trap Finder, because it's paid off dividends. So the ceiling of this natural chamber, as you guys move in, it's kind of hard to see. You look up and you realize the chamber has 7 holes, each hole no larger than like a human finger. And as you move in here, I guess this is all that happens. I'm just double checking that I'm not missing something. All of the 7 things at the top begin hissing, and you start watching as gas begins descending out of them. And this is a gas trap. So at this point, I need everyone to roll initiative against the trap. And we haven't done that many traps. We've avoided...
Is it like a harm spell?
No, it's an actual trap. It's a physical trap. Natural 20 on the initiative for the trap, by the way.
Gas traps are painful. We need like a hot water bottle
Mary
or something.
Chrysler. I forgot to say. 21.
Would gas be considered like a toxin, or?
This is a poison. It has the poison tag.
I would not have been avoiding notice for this, so...
I mean, you kind of were in a way, because your exploration activity was avoiding notice, even though it's a trap. I'll let you roll avoiding notice if you'd like.
That's alright.
Okay. So, the trap goes first.
It wouldn't make a difference, really.
As the trap goes off, all 7 nozzles, these 7 holes in the ceiling, begin emitting a gas that begins... Everyone starts kind of coughing as the trap descends from the ceiling on them. I need everyone to roll a fortitude saving throw.
Fortitude, that would be... Mary Chrysler! 30 for me.
30 for Clovis.
32.
This is a inhaled mental poison effect. It is mental, so your bonus would apply. 30, 32, 30. Those are all successes. New Lara, because you got a success, you get a critical success.
Really?
Yeah, because it says Juggernaut at level 9. When you roll a success on a fortitude save, you get a critical one.
Yes, a critical success!
So, Mukta's the only one that failed this, it looks like. Mukta, would you like to roll a hero point? The DC on this is 30.
Sure, and I think it, Oh, it's just for 1 round. Alright.
You should have a bonus, right? Against all mental effects, or no?
Against emotional effects.
Emotional effects. No,
I have
this is
resistance to
emotional.
mental damage.
Got it. That is good to know. Let's go ahead and remake that save. All right. Turns it from a failure to a success. So, everyone succeeds and is unaffected by the gas. New Lara, because you got a critical success, you are immune to the effects of this trap for like the next hour.
Oh, nice.
And that's what the trap does. Your guys' turn. Clovis, you're up next. It says, did you do the initial action trigger, then the trap's turn trigger? Is there an initial and then it rolls initiative? Oh, I guess you're right. Ooh, thank you, CJ, for helping me to this TPK. So here's the thing, right? When the trap triggers... Oh, you know what? Technically speaking, now that CJ points this out, since CJ points this out, the trap might not have triggered.
Understand.
No. We're going to say the trap did trigger, and then you heard the door slam close behind you as you guys passed through it. The door slam closed as the trap triggers. So it triggers the trap, and then it gets its turn. So it's at the start of its turn. Now, because it's the start of its turn, you guys all need to make fortitude saving throws again. Nulara, you're immune, so you don't have to. So that's a fail,
I'm going
critical
to
fail.
hero point.
Your second hero point. Probably a good idea.
Regular fail.
Yeah, I think I'll use a hero point.
Yeah,
too.
because Clovis is also critically failing at this point.
Ooh, just
Okay.
barely out of critical.
And Hal, you did your hero point as well.
Hey, my hero point was worthwhile this time.
Hal, that is at least not a critical fail. So Mukta fails, Hal fails, Clovis succeeds. Clovis, you're immune. Or not immune, you just don't take any damage. Mukta, with this fail, you become stupefied 1 for 24 hours. If you're already stupefied, your stupefied condition increases by 1, and you take 8d6 mental damage.
All right.
But you have resistance. How much resistance to mental damage do you have?
10.
So you take 19 points of mental damage, you resist 10, you should only take 9.
All right.
And Hal, you become stupefied 1 for 24 hours as well. However, you are not damaged because it's your first stupefied condition. The gas begins making you a little lightheaded and kind of makes you feel like you're floating out of your body a little bit and detached from reality just a tad. And now it's Clovis's turn.
You fought a trap.
Yeah, so we haven't done... We did the Lighthouse Trap, right? So traps are complex. There's ways to disable them. Usually you can use a seek action on your turn to figure out if you're looking for something, to how to disable it. Find ways to disable the trap, ways to just leave the room. Theoretically, you could try to run away, but you heard the door closed, right?
Yeah, or the door closed while somebody tried to open it. Yeah, I'll look for, I'll seek to see if I can see a way to basically disable the trap.
Okay. You are expert in perception. Awesome. Give me a perception check.
31.
31. Well, guess what? The DC to find this is a 31. So,
Was it
Clovis.
really?
Yeah.
Holy
Clovis.
shit.
Clovis, you spin around, hoffing through the gas, looking through. It's kind of hard to see. There's a part of on the north wall, there's a bit of stone that it looks like opens into almost a little secret panel sized shape. And it's very hard to spot, but you, with your keen eyes, spot this secret panel. So that's your first action. You notice the secret panel.
Okay, so I'll stride to the panel.
Okay. Yep, you stride over to the panel. Yeah, so you could use your interact action, your third action, to open the panel, I suppose.
Yep.
So you open it, and it looks like some complex mechanisms there. This is definitely a control panel of some sort, but it would take somebody making sense of what the control panels do in order to operate them.
Okay, so where exactly is that panel? So I can move over to it?
We'll just say it's right above Hal.
Okay, perfect. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
All right, so I just echoed that out to everybody. Hey, there's a panel over here to disable this trap, guys.
Speaking of, it brings us to Mukta.
I will go over.
Yep.
Just kind of. Pardon me, excuse me. Alright, coming through.
Yep. So you can use the disable a device, which is a 2-action ability that you get. I believe it's tied to thievery. You need thieves tools, although in this case you don't actually need thieves tools. It's just a thievery check. It's very complex. What is your ranking in thievery?
I'm a master.
Perfect, because in
Yes.
order to solve this, you need to be at least master rank. So you can go ahead and make a thievery check to disable this device with any bonuses you may have or penalties or whatever. I don't know if you have anything other than just a straight thievery check. Oh boy!
Whoa!
An 18 on the dice, a total of 39.
Hey!
By pushing the buttons and pulling some levers, immediately you hear the sound of what feels like a large airflow, and immediately this big gust of wind sucks all the poison gas out through some vents in the side of the cavern, all the poison gas is gone, and then a little green light turns on, and you hear click, and it seems like the trap has been disabled, and you guys are okay.
Nice.
I can breathe.
So that was fun.
Whose idea was it to come down here?
So it seems like this trap barely affected you guys. I mean, it kind of did a little bit, but like, what's going on with this trap, right? Like, it seems weird.
Got to be something important in here. They wouldn't have a trap down here.
Either like it's blocking something or it's hiding something. Either way. Clovis, Mukta doesn't look good. I know you said like an hour or something, but I remember the last time that like I was heavily like affected by something. I felt like if I got affected more, something bad was gonna happen to me.
Yeah, let me just go take care of him.
Hal, are you okay?
I think I'm fine. Check
No,
out.
you're not. Let him check you. Hal, are you okay?
I feel a little better. I'm what are we doing
Dizzy?
down here again?
Well,
Yeah, it reminds me of that festival I was at before that we went to play, but there was a lot of smoke in the air.
Yes, it didn't feel good. There was a trap. But yes, Clovis, if you could check on Mukta a little bit. I don't know if I could do anything for Hal.
Did Hal get stupefied too? Or
He's
just...
dizzy, for sure. And if you look at his eyes, they're a little dilated.
All right. Let me start with Mukta. So I will cast Restoration, not from my Staff of Healing, but from my spell book, from my spells.
Do you have Restoration prepared?
Yeah, I had a feeling we might need it more than once.
Okay. So you want to cast from your spells? No problem. You reach out, you cast Restoration. Yeah, there's nothing about like a counteract check. It just happens. So you reduce the stupefied condition by 2.
Okay. Then I will I'll use my Staff of Healing, and I will cast Restoration on Alarmity.
Okay. Same thing, except for it reduces how you only have stupefied once, so your stupefied goes back to 0. And immediately you feel like this weird misty veil that was around everything just snaps you back to your senses. You didn't even realize how out of it you were.
Question, real quick,
Yes.
to clarify. The reducing it by 2, does that reduce the one that was just added?
Yeah,
First?
because this is weird. You're doing a like a 24-hour and an hour one. So because I'm not an evil GM, you reduce the 2. That's
why I was gonna say. Wait a little bit to do it.
Right. The superfied you have will wear off at the end of the hour.
All right.
I think it's fair.
All right. So at least I got rid of the 24-hour one.
Yeah.
The long one. Okay.
Right. You're amazing, Clovis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Laura, is this how it feels like to be you?
Which part? Oh, stupid! I don't know, you tell me, you're the one that walked in here.
True, we all did. I mean, I'm just saying.
We had to follow you. What if you went in here by yourself? But yes, that is how it feels like. Confusing.
Is there a way to get out of here, Clovis? Did you find anything over here? Like, can you see if there's a way to get out?
Looking down this hallway to the south without even needing to make any sort of checks, it's very obviously another secret door, much like the one you just came through, on the south side. There's no labels or writing or anything. It doesn't look like there's any indication of what it might be, but it's just right there.
What do you guys think? We're gonna keep going down this? Keep going, or?
I mean, Mukta, you've got the Warren Navigator feat. You're pretty good about keeping track of distances and things. Just placing where you guys are heading versus where you've been, you know that like Lady's Whisper had posted up, and there was more doors that led south further. Based on your mental calculations, you've now crossed past that threshold of those doors, and you're much more south than Lady's Whisper was when she left you there. Part of you feels like maybe this secret passage sort of allowed you to jump from one trial, right? You're kind of, you guys didn't go there. You took a secret passage out of the trial, right? So now you're in uncharted territory. You're no longer in the first trial.
There's bard's tales about this. It's like a game genie or something. I think we cheated the game.
This feels like Saw.
Actually, Clovis, since you are trained in this, why don't you go ahead and make me a Nhimbaloth lore check? And any other lore, if you guys might be trying to figure out maybe what's going on, if you guys have any lore thoughts or, any sort of mental skills you'd like to try, this should be a good time to try.
I will use a hero point.
You're going to hero point your lore check? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I have mining lore, but I don't know what that's going to do.
Oops. So 29.
Okay. So Clovis, going back to your brain, going back to that book that you've read through so many times without Nulara noting that you snuck it out from her backpack and just been studying it at night and stuff. You've heard about like different kinds of trials, right? There's sort of multiple trials that initiates are expected to go through. The first one is basically called the trial of the Challenge of Souls. You've heard about basically initiates being challenged to make sure their soul is strong enough. Those who fail the challenge have their souls stripped away and fed to otherworldly creatures. And those who are strong enough to survive would then be cleaned up and basically taken to the next challenge. And looking at this sort of chamber through behind the door with the bathtub, you feel like you guys are on the path that somebody might be taken if they had passed their challenge. They might have been cleaned up in the bathtubs and taken through here, exposed to this gas before they're pushed into their next trial, lightheaded. Okay. So you feel like, based on the lore that you know, you guys are kind of heading towards presumably the next trial.
So guys, it looks like from what I read, I think instead of waiting for her, we're just actually working through our trials on our own. That's what the book said. This is part of the test.
So they wanted their initiates stupid.
Yes. Yeah, probably
easier to manipulate.
Probably give us a disadvantage, I'm sure.
All right. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't see any way out of it. Just looks like walls.
Oh, so there is 100% a door right in front of you, Nulara.
Oh, okay.
And
remember, stupid is as stupid does.
And from this side, it pushes freely. You can just push it open if you'd like.
Oh, thank you.
So this opens up into a hallway. So as you step in, Nulara, you look up and down, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a long hallway that runs east and west. And as you kind of look back towards the east, you see another like stone door that's very similar to the first trial door you stepped through.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn and look the other way, you see the walls of this long, narrow hallway are stark white. Just the purest white, sort of like insane asylum paint job that you could get. And all you see at the end of this long hallway is a very normal, simple door at the end of the hall.
I mean, going east feels that we'll be walking back, right?
Yeah. You're leading the charge, Nulara. So this is what happens. You step into the hallway and you begin kind of walking towards the hallway, the door that's on the west, right? The hallways are bright white, very, very stark white. But slowly and surely, the white around the hallway begins to fade away. And it's replaced in your mind. You see around you new images. And it's not the images that catch you at first. It's the scent that hits your nostrils. The scent of smoke rising off a fireplace. Sweet maple smell that for the first time instantly jogs your memory and reminds you of home. Home. The walls of the tunnel have now been replaced, and you find yourself sitting in a cabin. Outside the window, fresh snow blankets the landscape. You can feel the contrasting cold emanating from the outside. You can feel the contrasting cold emanating from the outside. And the warmth radiating from inside. But it's not the fireplace that gives you warmth. It's something else. You turn, and sitting within a chair, bundled up in blankets and reading by the fireplace, is a woman. As you look at her, she smiles and looks up from her book. Her dark hair and big brown eyes melt you more than any fire could. You feel at home, safe. You lift your hands and look at them. and are surprised to find them much younger, much more color within. The soft gray undertones are gone. Giving you a quizzical look, she puts the book down and stands up, letting the blankets fall off and stay behind. She takes your hand, kisses it, and then begins to lead you by your hand across the cabin towards a doorway. As she does, the look back she gives you makes her intentions clear. On the way, you look out across the window, across the snow, surprised to see figures moving outside. You see scenes of your bravery playing. Flashes of Ancora's blade as it destroys the ghoulish cult leader. A glowing trident that you toss across the room, causing the horror to reel in agony as it catches it square in the eye, saving your friends. Charging into the fray time and time again, with reckless abandon, all to protect your allies. And oddly, that's when you realize that they, too, are here with you, standing in the room. Clovis and Mushi warming by the fire. Mukta and Halarmony playing cards at the table. They look back at you, smiling. You hear the door close. She has just gone through it. And you find yourself standing there just before the door. Clovis, you have a different experience. You see the same stark white walls, but as you step into this tunnel, the walls of the tunnel are replaced with trees. Overhead, you see the branches high above you. Animals dart from branch to branch, looking down and following you with interest. Alongside you, a halfling man walks, a slight hobble to his steps, as he looks up and smiles at you. With a nod, the man shifts from his halfling form into that of a large bear. But his demeanor is not scary. Tufts of gray hair matching the halfling's color hang over his eyes. And like that, the bear wanders off past the trunks of the tree and is gone. As he does so, energy begins to glow. Energy begins to glow within every living thing within the forest. The trees, the flowers, the animals. Small motes of light float out and around you and concentrate into a small humanoid shape. And when the glow finally dissipates, we see Mushi standing there, almost the same size as the halfling man. Mushi looks up at you, Clovis, and reaches for your hand. Taking it, Mushi begins to guide you towards a door set in a big tree trunk. As he walks with you, the images of the forest disappear. And slowly you see them replaced with more recent memories. You see yourself striking down Volok with acid splash, melting the leeches in droves. We see you mowing down ghouls and ghosts, disrupting their very undead essence. We see your fire spells cauterizing the bloody stumps of the Hydra heads. Slowly but surely, you see the rest of the Heroes of Otari step out from the trees and come into focus, joining you on your walk towards this door. You smile, filled with the memories of your time together and of all your successes. Mukta, you see the same white hallway and the images are replaced. From the rough, stark white stonework to familiar caverns made of sandstone. You're back in the desert of Katapesh, within the burrow you spent much of your life growing up in. You look around and see your dozens of brothers and sisters watching you. It's your mother that makes your heart skip a beat. She smiles as she wipes a tear from your whiskers. She hands you a small pouch filled with coins. Not much, but all she has. The feeling of her touch lingers, and it takes everything you have in you to pull away. As you blink, bits of water welling up between your eyes, the blurry scene is different. Within this scene of a large mansion with expensive artwork hanging on the walls, you feel a tug at your hand. Rita is pulling you, rushing towards the doorway. Coins and jewels spill from the bag she carries. And at the far end of the hall, angry guards draw their blades and begin rushing. You'd be worried, if not for the smile on her face. The smile reminds you of your own happiness, and you go with her. You see, as you rush towards the door, away from the guards, the paintings on the walls come to life. You see images of yourself leaping from the rooftops as an angry bird doll tries to kill you, landing with a splash within the water, picking locks with ease while the rest of your allies look on with a smile, finding the trap within the vaults of secrets, saving your friends, pinning a large hydra to the wall in the cavern with your crossbow, slamming a bolt through Jafaki with such precision he was unable to maneuver around his workshop, studying with Morleyvent, and successfully casting your first spell. You realize now Rita is gone. It's just you and your friends walking together. Friends. Even thinking the word makes you smile. Harmony. As the walls of the tunnel are replaced, instead you find yourself under the open sky in the middle of a marketplace. You hear music playing and look to your side. A young man dances, playing his flute. You feel eyes on you. Looking around, you realize you are the center of attention. People are looking at you expectantly. You feel a nudge and see the man nudging you with his elbow. You look down and realize you're holding a lute in your hand, and you see the empty hat on the ground at your feet. You grasp the lute and begin playing. The music is not just coming from you, no. You can feel it taking control of you in a way that you never have before. It and you are distinct, but somehow intertwined together with harmony. And the crowd responds. Your music inspires them enough to step forward and throw coins into the hat. With each coin, your confidence swells. That's when you notice it. The most piercing green eyes you've ever seen. Smiling at you from the midst of the crowd is a beautiful young girl. It throws you off your game, and one of your strings snaps. As the crowd begins dispersing, you frantically search for the eyes, wanting nothing more than to lock eyes with her again. But you feel a hand on your shoulder. The young man looks at you, smiles, and just shakes his head. He points, and you see the young woman being ushered away by her guards, blocking her from looking back at you. The young man takes your hand and leads you towards her, pushing through the crowd as he does. And as you forcefully push your way through this crowd, you start to recognize some of the people that are around you, the scenes that are playing out. You see moments of your bravery, using your words to detonate the heads of those hydras, facing down Eurevian with nothing more than your wits and your tongue, nailing the Mitflits with your sling, bullseye in the head twice in a row. You see yourself inspiring your friends to be more, to be better. And that's when you realize now they walk beside you. They are pulling you towards your sweet Caroline, who has just been pulled through a door that slams shut. You find yourself standing just outside that door. And as the images around you guys sort of fade you all realize now you have all sort of had these visions, and you're all sort of standing shoulder to shoulder just in front of this door.
We haven't gotten in yet.
No, you're still in this hallway just at the end of the door. This happened. All these scenes, all these images was playing out in this hallway and fills you guys with such happy, pleasant memories.
This door seems wonderful.
I'd imagine once the magic of the hallway fades, Mukta's indifference returns.
Possibly, yeah.
Nulara kind of like just stays in the vision for a little bit, and then she appreciates the gift of old memories of seeing how it was before. And then there's a little pang of like actual bitterness actually towards Ancora for not saying it to her. But she tries to shrug it off because, you know, she knows that they're in a trial right now, but it's kind of like sitting in the back of her head. Mine, I mean.
Makes sense.
We should I'm gonna try and feel for the knob. Is it hot like before?
No, this knob this feels normal.
All right.
Clovis.
Yeah.
Is Nhimbaloth known to give gifts of happy memories and kindness?
DM, would I have read that in the book? Would I know?
Why don't you
My
go ahead
lore?
and give me a Nhimbaloth lore check? Does seem a little out of character for her, doesn't it?
Love lore.
26.
26.
Not really, no.
Nothing, Mukta, nothing I've read in the book or what I've learned or know makes sense that you would do something like this.
Seems a bit odd, but what can you do?
Gotta be some motives behind it. We'll see.
All right. Well, it seems like the door to go to if it affected us this much.
So yeah, so as you approach, as Nulara reaches out, this doorknob is unlocked and it opens easily. But what I need from all of you as you have made your way through this hall of pleasant memories is a will saving throw.
Ah.
Is this an emotional effect?
This, I will double check. I'm 99% sure it is.
Mary Chrysler.
It doesn't say it is, but I'm going to say yes, it is for sure. 31, that's a success from Nulara. 36 is a success from Clovis. Got it. 30 for Hal, and that's a critical success. 25 for Mukta is going to be does that include that's including your +2 effect. That's going to be a fail, Mukta. So, not that bad, okay? So here's the deal. Everyone who succeeded your will save, you're not drawn to these images as much as Mukta is. Mukta, these were such strong emotions that you are now curious and drawn to looking at the images. The only thing here is you cannot avert your gaze from the images from this point out. So averting your gaze is an action in Pathfinder where you literally try to not to look at something, and it can give you sort of advantage on rolls that are based on like visual stuff. But Mukta is so entranced by these, you're unable to.
I would think also, like, because since I've invested into the lenses, I've felt so detached that this thing is filling me with the memories that I hadn't been feeling since I've invested. So it's like, I want to feel that happiness.
And it was so strong it got through that bonus that you had to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so if you avert an A's, you get a +2 circumstance bonus against visual abilities and stuff. Like usually like Basilics and Petrifying Gazes. But in this case, images on the wall. Mukta, can you make a secret perception check for me? I'm going to put this one in your hands.
Sure.
Oh, can I be scouting for this too, or is
Sure.
not? Okay.
I don't have any hero points, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, so you guys all step into the room, right? You open the door. This next room, it widens and turns south opposite like a little narrow hallway with a door at the end. The map doesn't show the door, so we're just going to go with the map drawing, which is a hallway, but it's supposed to be a door. These walls are covered. It's not stark white. It's swirling images. And so as you guys all step in, I'll just move you guys up real quick. I think you're good. I'm just going to stop you right here real quick. As you guys flood into this hallway, Mukta does not once again notice the trap. I am sorry, Mukta.
Ah.
I mean, I'm looking at the images on the wall, so
I mean, you notice the images on the walls. What you don't notice is that the images on the wall seem to be trapped in some way. So I guess it kind of works out. You're so entranced by them. Okay, so.
I don't think I've rolled above a 10.
No?
You
Let's go
rolled
ahead.
good earlier.
And we're going to have you guys roll initiative, because we're in another one of these complex trap scenarios.
Question, has it been an hour yet?
No, we're at about the 30-minute mark.
All right.
Natural 20.
You can yell at the paintings.
Yeah. That's a crit.
Okay, so this actually, it doesn't actually, the trap doesn't actually join the initiative roll, believe it or not. So I can remove the trap. So you step into this room immediately. Mukta, you go first, right? Your eyes are drawn to these images. The images on this wall are not pleasant like the ones in the previous room. The images on these walls look pretty horrible. And as you look up, you watch, and the images are constantly showing you over and over a creature jumping at the start of combat, hitting you, and you fall over. You look over here, the dragon hits you, you drop dead. Just everywhere is just you getting crit and going at dead, like lifeless, unconscious at the very least, at like Nulara's feet, and you are faced with your failures.
I'd imagine Raita getting taken as well.
In this case, in this first turn, all you're noticing is like
The crits?
yourself
Okay.
getting critted, yeah. And so can you make a will saving throw?
Is this an emotional effect?
This is. It's an emotion, mental effect.
Can't roll above a 10 when it matters.
25 is actually a critical failure, sorry. Which means you're going to take double damage from these things. So that's 21 points of mental damage, doubled.
I'm resistant 10.
Yep, so doubled to 42 because you critically failed. And then halved by 10, so that's
32.
32 points of mental damage. And it's your turn.
And it's my turn. I'm going to first action stride.
Okay.
Just going to try to get as far as I can.
Yep. So you run down the end of the hallway, you stride to there. At the end of that stride, I need you to make another will save. You move down here, 27. Not a critical fail this time.
Can't roll above a 10.
Wait, is it? No. Oh, actually, your 25 was not a critical fail. That's on me. That was just a regular fail. So you should only take an 11 damage. So give yourself 20 hit points back. 21 hit points back, whatever it is. Yep. So a 27 is also a fail. So you're going to take the same. It's just base normal damage. 19 point reduced to 9.
So, yep.
And this time, Mukta, you see yourself being thrown into a jail cell with Raita standing right outside of it. Like she's the one like standing right there as you're locked into a jail cell with a very like serious look on her face. And so you get down here now. You can see that the path opens up to the south, and there seems to be more and more swirling images on that end of the south. And as you're here, you hear whispers in your head, Mukta, like, "Let me take something from you, and I can make the pain go away."
I'm just going to think to myself, I'm the one who takes things, not you. And then I'm going to stride again.
Yep. So you stride down here as your third action, correct?
Second.
Yes, this is only your second, right? So you stride down here, you turn in the hallway, and you leave those images up there away. But as you get to the south, you notice this whole hallway is now also all the way to the end. You can see how long the hallway is. The whole thing is covered in these images, and there doesn't appear to even be an exit to this hall. And as you do, you step here. Instead of the previous one, now this time you're hit with a flood of despair. I need you to make another will save. Mental, absolutely. Emotional.
Hey, it was above a 10 this time.
It was about what?
Hey!
You missed the DC, so you still fail.
It's fine. I'm just happy I rolled above a 10.
You take 22 down to 12. Here in this hallway, you feel as you end here, you feel a sharp, I can't say it right, a sharp stabbing sensation in your back as a blade juts through your back up towards the front, and your mouth begins to taste metallic. And you see and feel Rita standing right behind you, taking the striking blow, and she leans into your ear and just says, "Payback's a bitch, isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Let me take something from you, and all the pain goes away."
For my third action, I'm going to try to seek out any sort of door.
Sure. Give me a perception check. Make it a secret perception check, please. I'm going to switch over to the battle screen just so they get a sense of the layout of this thing, although it's mostly mental. All right, so you quickly look around looking for any signs whatsoever of like a secret door out of here. You don't find one anywhere near you. Or anywhere like you can see.
Alright, am I able to yell out?
Yeah.
I don't see a door over here. That's my turn.
That takes us to Nulara. Nulara, as you stepped into this room for the first time, you see these images of failure around you. And you look on the wall and you watch Volek destroying you and your friends while you sit there helpless, unable to do anything.
All right.
Make a will save for me.
Okay. That would be 22.
You say Merry Chrysler.
But I'm gonna use a hero point for that one.
You're gonna use a hero point, and
Remember-
you're gonna say Merry Chrysler.
Merry
Yes.
Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler. Merry
Watch,
Chrysler.
it's gonna be a crit. It'll be a crit. Oh, look at that. See? That's all.
36 is a success.
How those dice work.
Huh?
That means you take half damage.
Okay.
You take 9 points of damage.
Okay. Did the door behind us shut close too, like before?
Nope. You look back, you can still see that like long hallway leading all the way back to that like dark, like stone door.
All right. I am worried about Mukta. You guys could either leave and then I'll go ahead and make sure that Mukta's okay. So I will, for my first action. So averting my gaze takes an action?
It takes an action to avert your gaze, and if you do so, you will get a +2 bonus to like the save against the wall.
Okay. And then does it do anything to my movement speed?
Nope, it just uses one of your actions.
Okay, so for my first action, I'll be avoiding my gaze.
Okay.
I'll be following after Mukta, make sure he didn't die.
Yep. So you're trying to avert your gaze from these as you step forward.
And then I'll use my full speed to try and catch up.
Let's just do one stride at a time. So you stride once,
sorry.
and then you have to make
one.
the save against the images at the end of your stride.
Okay.
So go ahead and make that will save with a +2 circumstance bonus.
Okie dokie, +2. That would be Merry Chrysler!
Too late. You said it after you rolled.
Okay, I'm gonna use another hero point.
Okay, go for it.
Merry Chrysler! Can do
Still a
much
fail.
+2, 29.
Oh, that's true. 29 still a fail. So you're going to take 26 points of mental damage as you watch and you see images of yourself on the wall. You're trying not to look, but you can't help but see it. You're clanging your weapon against the skin of the golem, and it's doing nothing. It's just chipping your blade more than it's chipping the creature.
Okay, for my third
Actually,
action...
I'll give you one more before you, just because it's a cool one. Well, cool, not cool. You see an image on the wall. Maybe this is the reason you couldn't avert your gaze. You look. There's an image of a burning cabin in the snow-covered field with horrible screams coming from within. You hear the words crying for help from Lara.
That's good. That's really good.
Yep.
All right. Do I need to avert my gaze again for this?
Nope,
next
it's one
turn?
action for your whole turn.
That's one action for my whole turn?
Yep.
That's really good. All right, I'm going to follow after Mukta.
Lara, where are you going? Why are you leaving me? As you run away. So the images down here are different images, right? But in this case, I need you to make your save again with the averting your gaze, a +2 bonus.
Okay.
Merry
I'm not gonna
Chrysler.
forget this time.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler! It has to be with intention. Oh, it didn't work. 27 with everything.
Nope. So again, you step into this hallway, and you see yourself fighting against Belcora, but each strike you make misses. With the flick of her wrist, your skin begins to flay, and you crumble into dust and scatter in the wind. And you're gonna take 20 points of mental damage.
Okie dokie.
And as you're running over here, didn't you hear me yell? There's no door over here. Why are you running towards me?
I'm trying to pick you up.
I can run on my own.
All right.
You worry me too much, Mukta.
This brings us to Hal. So by stepping into the room, you get the first trigger, which is to make the will save, and then you'll get your turn. 32. That's a success. So you are able to take half damage from this.
Does it matter if he gets a critical success because of resolve?
Well, oh, good point. When you roll a success, you get a critical success, and a critical success on a basic save means you take no damage. Hal,
Nice.
you take no damage from this, and Nulara gets a hero point for pointing out that I missed that. That's good. So you see the images of
Get out of here.
your parents basically leaving you in Diobel and just leaving you behind and taking off like they didn't care towards Absalom. And you're like, you just shrug a little bit. It doesn't affect you mentally. You're like, that's not what happened. But anyways, now you get...
Can I avert my gaze and try to go out of the room?
Yep. So avert your gaze. You step back down this room in the hallway. The images around you replace with the sort of images of happiness and being back in Diobel and all the people cheering and clapping for you. And the memories in this hallway are very happy. But there's no save to be made.
Clovis, it doesn't seem like there's anything in this hall. Everything is like all sparkly and warm. So you should come in. And I suggest you guys come in too.
We're coming. Just have to make sure he comes.
You have that ability where you can like counteract the visual effects for your teammates, right? We allowed you to do it for the whole team before. If it comes into play, that would be a cool moment. I just remembered that. Because normally it can be when someone makes a save, but I think we ruled if you use it, it gives it the bonus for that whole team for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Was that the end of your turn, Hal?
Yes.
Okay. So Clovis, I need you to make your will save at the start of the round.
Okay. I avert my gaze. Do I get...
Not for the
doesn't
first
matter?
roll, but you will in subsequent rolls.
Sorry, that was a fortitude you said?
This is a will save.
Or will?
Will.
So you watch Clovis on the walls as you see yourself acid splashing creatures, but instead of the focusing on the creatures, you just watch as Mukta is just constantly hit with acid over and over, and his skin is burning and like peeling back his like little mottled flesh until you just see skull poking out from within. But with the 39,
Why?
Soft move.
actually, a 39 is a success, but it's actually not a critical success. So you will take half
Are
damage.
you serious?
So you take 6 points of mental damage, and now you can avert your gaze for your first action. And then what would you like to do?
So can I, as I'm standing here, am I able to look to see if I can see anything to stop this trap?
Yeah, like a way to disable it or something like that.
Yep.
For sure. Yeah. So that would take a seek action to do that.
Yep.
So you normally the main thing it gives here, occultism, but I would also allow Arcana or even Spirit lore or specifically Nhimbaloth lore is probably useful here too. So you can give me any one of those to see if you can figure out what's going on here. I looked and you guys don't have a lot of high level occultism, so you guys would be screwed. With the 22, you dig into the depth of your Nhimbaloth lore for this room and these paintings, and nothing it comes to mind. That's a failure. So you can't even come up with a way to disable this.
Okay.
And that gives you one more action.
My next action is to get the hell out of this room.
Okay. Top of the round. That brings us to Mukta.
Why are you here?
Remember when you opened the door before checking traps earlier? I was making sure you don't do that in here, because everyone I think already left. But yes, go.
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
yelled, there's
I'm
no
not-
door.
I'm not leaving you behind, Mukta.
That's
Austin,
great.
I didn't
I'm
say-
going.
I didn't say in your turn, but you get the same whisper in your head from Mukta that just says, I can make it all go away. All you must do is give something to me. But anyways, Mukta.
Do I want to give? Does Mukta want to give something to this? Let's see. 25, 30. Alright, I'm going to use one action to try to see if I can disable this.
Okay. So
I can't
occult-
divert my gaze anyway, so.
That's right. So the same checks: occultism, arcana, nature, or not nature, sorry, spirit lore, some kind.
It's a natural 20.
That is a natural 20.
Right away, Mukta.
Okay, that's an arcana check. That is awesome. So you can immediately start to piece together crits in chat for that. Let's piece together that this thing is a magical trap. It's built into the walls. These images are there to affect your mind. There are ways to disable that. You can use arcana checks and or occultism checks to sort of push back the magic and subdue it and try to disable the magic of the traps. Or something like Dispel Magic could easily be used to counteract the magic in this wall and try to shut down the trap. Those are both viable options on how to shut down this trap. And or if you had some way to potentially paint the entire hallway over the images, that would work too, but that's a tougher challenge. That's more of a thief way to do it.
I don't think I have paint. All I have is my blood. So I kind of not. If only we had some chalk.
Oh, Clovis has some in the hall.
And just like disabling a trap physically, to try to use like a check to push back the magic, like disabling a device with like Arcana or Occultism, is a 2-action ability.
Okay. Damn, too bad I can't use that natural 20 I already had. So
Right. But at least you figured out how to solve it.
I'll turn to Ninna. I figured out how to stop this thing. Right? So let's get out of here first, and then we'll figure it out. And then I spend two actions. Second action to stride.
Yep. So the first stride there, back into that room. I need you to make a will save from the images. That's a success. So you take
35
half damage. 21 reduced to 10 reduced to 0. Thanks
to
to
0.
Mental. Yep,
Ooh.
0. That's pretty good. So you don't take any damage, but you see in this hallway, this time your image you see is, this time you do see yourself betraying Ryda and Ryda being dragged away. That is this image.
And I stride out of the room for my third action.
Yep, you get out back into the nice hallway images and don't take any damage.
That's my turn. And I'll, when I get there, I just tell Hal, we need to use our knowledge of magic to push against the magic from the walls. Unless you can dispel the magic, huh?
All right, Ninna?
Thank you for calling me by my last name. I'm gonna use my first action.
I knew Lara.
No. It's a joke now.
I'm glad I'm not the only one now.
For my first action, do I need to make a save
No.
first? Okay, for my first action, I'm going to stride. Attempted.
First.
Yeah, I won't have enough movement.
Okay, so you take your first stride action.
Oh yes, please.
She's not as fast as Luke.
As you make the first stride action there. Okay, as you make the first stride action, I need a will save.
Okay. That Mary Chrysler.
Oh, you say it too late.
23 is a failure, but not a critical failure, so
That's
you will
okay.
take some damage. And then, as you step, you see images of you, a young version of you, just basically breaking people's bones and stomping on them and leaving them for dead as you rob them.
Okay. I try and shake them off and just will them out of my head with my second action, which would be another stride.
Yep.
Just right by the door!
And another will save.
Uh-huh. I told you
So close.
I didn't have enough.
So close.
Mary Chrysler!
All right, 28's a fail.
The 28.
Better.
So you take 20 points of mental damage as you watch. You basically watch this last one. The image hits you, and it's not an image so much as a feeling you get flooded with. You feel regret as the sins of your past have caught up to you. She died because of your sins. How could you ever hope to make up for what you've done?
I know. How can I ever murder?
You'll never be reunited with her again.
I'm actually stomping out of this friggin' door as I use my third action to stride out.
Yep, you stride
Excuse
through
me.
into the nice hallway and leave the flood of memories away. And as we get there, that's a good breaking point because you guys are taking a mental beating from this. It's 8:33.
Man, that trap is no joke.
No. And so
Thank
you guys
God they
get
had the
back-
lenses.
Yeah. And so you get out of here, everyone's breathing heavily, and you now have been taken from like one extreme emotion of like hopelessness and failure and driven right back into a hallway that just tries to make you feel really good about yourself.
Oh, we can do it, guys. I feel good
No,
now.
fuck
do
that.
Let's do it.
Oh, fuck that. Everything that was in there. Fuck it. Unless you all turn it off. No, I don't want to go back in there.
Either way, whatever
I
we
feel
want
the
to do.
sentiment.
Oh,
Do
you
we,
Mukta.
do we know how to did anybody learn anything in there? Can we turn this thing off?
Mukta did.
or-
Well, let's pick this
Yeah.
up after the break.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
Yeah. Well, actually,
After the
while we're at break, take this time to support us here at Recall Knowledge. You can head over to twitch.tv/Recall Knowledge and give us a follow. Check us out on youtube.com/c/Recall Knowledge. Go to the podcast on all platforms that it's available, like all major podcast platforms. It's a great place to catch all of our past and future shows. And yeah, I mean, we're almost at the end of the show, so not that many future shows, just one future show. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. It's 8:34. We'll be back at 8:45 to finish the rest of tonight's session in episode 7 of Eyes of Empty Death. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Bye. All right, we're back for the first time again. 2 false starts in one night. Who would have thunk it? But we're back in the vaults. When we left off, the heroes of Otari were faced with the path of failure and the path of powerlessness, and both of them seem to have strong effects on our crew, and they were able to ascertain the situation, retreat into the path of, pleasant memories again, filled with these beautiful memories from your past life, and that's where we pick up. The one thing I will say I forgot to mention to you, Mukta, as well, with your Arcana check containing like a natural 20 and stuff, if there was a door, it's probably concealed by illusion magic, and so the door is probably harder to find, and especially with like illusion magic, it typically only allows you to find a door if you're closer to it. So if there is a door, there might be a door at the end of the hallway, but it's being obscured by this illusion magic.
All right.
All right, and let's pick up from right there. And Mukta's like, and yes, I actually want to tell you, and then you can continue.
Right. So, I think we either need to push back against this magic somehow. I don't think you'll be of much use, Clovis. I think it's either Hal or me. Either we give it what it wants, or we find a way to disable it. We could dispel it somehow. I think that would work as well.
Maybe I should give it the scroll of dispel magic, or should I just use the scroll to dispel the magic?
what do you do? Just read the scroll and you just dispel the magic and the trap will go by. Bye-bye.
That's what Mukta said.
Anything that would offer the higher chance of success.
I mean, I don't know what happens if I give it to them, so.
I don't know either, but at least if you read it or use it, it might work.
I like the idea of just handing a scroll over and being like, here you go.
Okay. Stand back.
I was going to say, Mukta, with your check, each one of these hallways, the 3 distinct hallways, seems to be 3 different magical effects.
Oh, so that's
And sorry, what were you going to say, Hal?
dispel magic.
So I need to go in that room and read the dispel magic?
Yeah, you need to... Well, what's the range on detect spell? Dispel magic. It has...
Is there a roll on that, Rick, or you just cast it and it does it?
There is a roll. So the range is 120 feet. So you just have to be able to see it and be within 120 feet of the magical effect you're trying to dispel. So this goes back to the counteract check, right? Counteract checks you make a roll with your like spell attack bonus against the DC of the magical effect, and there's a whole list of charts about what success, failure, and stuff means. If you fail, but your dispel magic is a higher level than the effect, you can still succeed. If it's a higher level effect, if you critically succeed the roll, you can go up to 3 levels higher from the dispel magic. So you have a level 2 dispel magic scroll. If this effect is all the way up to 5th level, you'd be able to dispel only on a critical success. If it's like level 3 or below, I think you can dispel with a success. And if it's like a level 1 magical effect, well, you can succeed even on a failure.
So, Mukta, I know you said I probably can't help, but I put my hand on Hal's shoulder and I give him guidance.
Guidance only lasts for 6 seconds, right?
All right, well then.
So I think you'd have to coordinate enough that you'd be there,
yeah.
ready to give it right on time.
Okay.
I think so. You'd have to look at guidance again, but I think it says until the end of the next turn, so maybe it lasts for 12 seconds. I don't know. You have to look at the wording of guidance.
Yeah.
One attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check. It's definitely a skill check. And it lasts until the start of your next turn, so it lasts for 6 seconds, basically.
Okay, I'm going to read this.
Yep.
I want to dispel the ugly pictures.
Do we want to do it on the last pictures? If it's 3 effects, right?
Yes, 3 separate effects.
Do we want to do it on the last ones and not these beginning ones?
I mean, that makes that to me that makes a little bit more sense. If hopefully we find another door or secret passage at the end, we could at least spend more time if the magic is dispelled there.
Okay, so you're telling me to run around the corner now?
Yeah, I mean, 1 stride should get you to here. Anywhere over here, you can see the effects down here, so you'd be good.
Okay, I'm going to run out singing all the while. Ah!
Yep, we have
I don't hear
Clovis. Yep, Clovis is going to give you the guidance as you run out. You're going to run out, and are you going to do this? You're singing. You're using. Well, I guess we won't know. And so here's what happens: you run out. As you run out of the nice images, and the nice images are around you, you have to make another will save.
Okay. And you said it was. Can I use my counter performance on it?
You can. Absolutely.
I need to roll.
So you roll a performance check for your save.
Yeah.
Of course.
I guess I should roll my save and no.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can roll it if you fail, right? It does. It says yeah. Okay, 39. 39. So as you run out of the hallway, you did do the performance check. Okay, yeah, no problem. You are 100% able to not. You didn't fall for the thing that forces you to not be able to avert your gaze, if that makes sense, for being in the nice hallway.
Yep.
And then you make it out here, end your stride here. Because you did this sort of counter performance, I'm going to let that like flow. You land right here in the middle of the room with like not even looking at the images. You have no idea what these images are trying to show you here. And you're able to reach out with your scroll and try to dispel the magic in the hallway down there. So you can make the counteract roll. I will say this is a pretty powerful one. So we really, if you got juju in you, Hal, if the chat is out there and has a way for this to work, we could really use a high roll right now.
You can do it.
I think that's not high enough. I'll use my hero point.
Okay. I will say, what you rolled is a success, but not a counter success. And so this would work if the spell is 3 or less. Oh my gosh.
37.
That's a hero point.
Whew.
Damn.
Okay, well,
How with his hero points?
let's talk about this, right? Because I will tell you, the DC for this to succeed, to counteract the images, is 26.
Oh.
37 makes this a critical success.
Yes.
A critical
Let's go.
success will counteract up to a 5th level spell effect.
Whoa.
That's an amazing roll, Hal.
That is awesome.
Unfortunately, I have to say, this is a 5th level effect and you dispel it.
Nice.
Nice.
I just wanted to mess with you for a second. So the whole hallway, all the images stop flittering down there. That whole bottom hallway can no longer affect people.
Yes, it's just the first one, right?
Yes, this hallway that you're standing in still can.
Okay.
That was your 3 actions, right?
Yes.
Did you even use the? You didn't even use the +1 from the guidance. You didn't. I mean, you didn't have to, but you didn't need it. But you had it. Okay. So that hallway is now safe. What next? Let's just say this. In the interest of time, because you guys know what's going on, you're able to all rush through this hallway, covering, like, literally, like, closing your eyes and stumbling blind, right? Because you can, like, not just avert your gaze. Theoretically, you could just close your eyes and it couldn't affect you. It's all visual.
Dang.
So you guys can all move your things, stumble along the wall, through there, down to the bottom. And now that the magic is gone, Hal, it's almost like when you watch, like, Inception or Doctor Strange, when the whole reality, like, bends back upon itself, right? And folds in, like, fractals. At the end of the hallway down here, there's just a door at the end of the hallway. I'll mark it so it's not secret anymore. And you guys are able to rush down, like, this hallway with there's no real issues here. Actually, as you pass this hallway now too, right in the middle of the hallway, like right here, there's another door that's like a secret door that's very readily apparent without the illusions, and it leads north back to presumably the Hall of Happiness. And you guys are able to step in through this, end in here. You step into this small, that's not small, it's like a 10-foot by 15-foot square room. The walls of this bare room are completely white and plain. Just like the cleanest room, just pure white. And you're able to stop for a moment and catch your breath. And at this point, you guys, you have successfully completed the challenge known as the Challenge of Despair.
That was an interesting
Horrible.
trial. I'm a little bit hurt, as I'm bleeding from probably like my nose and my eyes and my ears.
I cool.
A lot of
Just
mental
a little
damage.
bit. Yeah.
I'll do do we plan on staying here for maybe like 10 minutes or longer?
That'd be good.
Oh.
Can we focus? I'll give you some good berries there.
Yeah, I'll try and patch.
I think 10
Uta
minutes
up a
would be
little
good.
bit. All right.
Between the good berries and that, I think I should be alright.
A 19.
You're probably at this point about 20 minutes away from your stupefied effect going away.
Oh no, 19 for my medicine check. So it's just a success. Just 11 points
Still good.
of healing.
Alright. So 53. And that's all the good berries?
Yep.
2, 3, 4. I got one more good berry. So I'm looking at.
Okay.
One more. There you go. So it should be 5.
Do you want to go halfsies on this one,
It's
Mukta? Or
Yeah.
let me know which berries you want, and then I'll just take the rest.
Let me see. You gave me 11, right?
Which ones are the juiciest?
So how many? There's 5.
The Nulara looks like, you know how that
9.
you know that part on like the Hunger Games where like after the crows, like Katniss just looks kind of
Take the 8, the
distant.
9, and the 8.
41.
Take the 8, the 9, and the 8.
what? The 8,
Take-
the 9, the 8. The 8?
Sure, which part of Hunger Games that is.
25.
That's the second one. The 8,
okay.
the 9.
So how are you guys doing on hit points now? All the 3 of you.
I'm okay.
Hal, you up? Fully up?
Yep, I feel perfect. I'm not really sure how you guys had trouble with those rooms. That didn't seem to bother me so much.
You're a good person, Hal. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Didn't get me either, but that's because I followed you, Hal, right out of the room. So you get the hell out of there.
That's true. You're a very good person.
When one has lived a life of crime and deceit and left a trail of blood as me, then yeah, you tend to be affected. But
Yeah.
Oh, for
Yep.
10 minutes? Oh, treat wounds is just 10 minutes. Never mind.
10 minutes, or you can go up to an hour if you want to keep treating and double the 11 to 22. Or
No, that's
eat
all
one
right.
berry.
Very good.
Yeah, I got some more berries if you need them. Just let me know.
I'll take some if you have some.
Yep. Do another 5, and then we'll.
You spend another focus point. Are we
No,
are we
just-
chaining focus points, like spending 10 minutes refocusing 10, so like, or are we just casting our focus points, right? Like, it's just time. Are you spending more time and hanging out here?
That's the question, right? So, anyways, I mean, if we want to get these refocused up and get more, then yes.
Yeah, so as you guys refocus, this is a moment of reflection, sitting here in the room of reflection about what you guys might have seen, what you might have felt, what you think might be coming. So there's like a story beat moment here before we open this next door that we can live in for a moment.
Laura, do you
Alright.
need some
There
of
you go.
this?
There's your 5.
I'll grab whatever you can give me. I'll grab whatever you can give me.
I'll take the 9 and the 7 and 1 7.
So that gives you the 6, 7, and 8, Nalara.
Oh, these are really juicy. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm good as new.
Laura, what did you see in there?
I saw her. I saw memories that I didn't think I already had, but who knows if they were even real. Cora said that I shouldn't be remembering anything. I just don't understand why I'm feeling all these regret if they weren't supposed to be true. A part of me feels like they were, but I'd prefer to move on from it, to be honest.
Sure.
You feel on your like almost like there is a presence here with you, Nulara, that's trying to give you a hug and trying to make you feel like a warm embrace.
I shrug it off, thinking that it's Nhimbaloth again trying to do that.
And it recedes.
But yes, Mukta, if you run in, there isn't a part of me that feels comfortable leaving anyone behind. Even though if you said that you were gonna run back, you were doing some very questionable things earlier, so I hope you understand why I doubted it.
I'm doing things that need to be done. Whether all of us survive this is questionable, but
This is the part wherein we all of us need to survive. It's not going to complete itself if we're missing. Mukta, I really am not in the mood right now to argue if whether or not the decision to follow after you to make sure that you left the room was right.
we were all in the room. I was just
So
going
let's
further.
finish our berries. You're being a fucking smartass. Finish your berries.
I'm actually amazed at this point. I was really excited to tell you, Mukta, that as you ate the berries, it like hurts you because of your negative healing, right?
Oh,
But I
that's
looked,
right.
and there's no positive tag on the berries. It
The
doesn't
good
talk
berries?
about.
Oh, if it...
It just says you
Really?
regain hit points.
I almost did a heal spell too. I forgot that would have
if it
been
was
bad.
if it were lay on hands, oh shit.
Oh.
Yep, laying hands would hurt. Yeah, it just says.
Holy shit.
It just says
I totally
you know,
forgot about that.
you regain 1d6 plus 4 hit points. There's no positive trait. There's nothing on this that interacts with your negative healing.
Nice.
So you've dodged a bullet here.
Good to know in the future too.
Question,
on that.
Hal, your biting words, is that negative damage,
Sonic.
Sonic?
Mm-hmm. In a cult. No, Sonic.
Disrupt undead can. No, that doesn't do negative damage.
No, that's positive.
Oh yeah, Shadow Blast.
And Veneration, yeah. Alright, so good to know. Just in case.
I was like, yeah, I could just do tentacles, and I'm like, wait, you have grim tentacles, like grim tendrils? What the
Oh yeah, I remember this name.
freaking hell?
Look,
He's-
Cora
Clovis
had
is
this.
trying to stay. Clovis is trying to focus and spend my time over there focusing. And I hear Nalara and Mook over there arguing, trying to stay focused.
Sorry, Clovis.
It tastes kind of waxy. I'm not.
I think it's your skin. I think it's dripping on him.
So a little bit of time passes. There's a little bit of tension in the room, tension that isn't usually there within you guys, and maybe it's the weight of what you've seen, and maybe it's the weight of what's to come. But the the four of you feel a little fractured, I would say, at this point, which is interesting for me to see. Okay, so enough time goes by that you refocus Clovis, and I think by now, and enough time has passed since the first effect, that Mukta, your stupefied condition now like washes off of you just naturally.
Woo!
Hey.
Nice. Stupefied.
Stupefied.
I'm gonna also say, Mukta, take a hero point, because I really like that you rode with that effect the whole time instead of just like metagaming and being like, let's just wait an hour, guys. I like that, and I want to like reward that. So take a hero point at this point for really playing that stupefied condition. I think that was cool.
Nice.
That was cool.
All right, so what's next, guys? There's one door out of this little chamber. One door leads back to the hallway, and then there's one unassuming door that leads south.
Is it warm to the touch?
Onward to our
This
test,
one is not warm to the
guys.
touch, no. I wish you would have opened that door so you could see it. It was like a whole crematorium with just like burning flames.
Oh,
So, recall knowledge. Clovis know by the book how many tests there are?
Give me a recall knowledge check. If you want to. So here's the thing, right? The book itself, you don't have it on you. You're just trying to remember what you've read previously. The
Yep.
book itself allows you to get a +2 item bonus to recall knowledge checks, but you got to get it out and use it. So are you using the book, or are you just trying to remember back to the book?
I think knowing how things have been going down here and all this stuff, I think I'm just going to try to recall, just try to remember what I've read.
Okay, sure enough. So give me that Nhimbaloth lore check.
You want it blind or?
You can give it a
just
blind, yeah.
Roll it.
Recall knowledge checks are typically blind, and I think it's fine right now to give me blind.
Okay.
Oh, Chad.
Hmm.
What's it gonna be?
The crit.
Unfortunately, you find nothing in the corners of your memory that leads you to know how many trials there might be. You'd have to consult the book at this point if you were hoping to get more information.
What do you guys think? Should I read this book? Trying to remember if like how many tests there were that I had read. I know I read it in there.
I mean, I think it would be helpful.
Can you hand me the book, please?
Yeah. Is there a way for me to aid in this one?
Yeah, you can aid with his reading if you wanted to like read the book along with him and see what you
No.
guys could. Okay, then unfortunately, the only aiding really in this case is
Moral
unless you can come up with a
support.
good way. I think it's only reading the book that at this point that's going to help.
Is it heavy? I'll hold it for him.
It's too bulk. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, I'll hold it for him. I'll be the book stand.
Okay.
Can I cast guidance on myself?
Not in this case because the guidance only lasts for 6 seconds and reading the book is a 10-minute action.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, makes sense.
Nulara, give me an athletics check aid, I guess. Stoic
Chrysler.
Nulara.
35.
Yeah, critical success. You get a +2 circumstance bonus from Nulara aiding your check, and you get a +2
Okay.
item bonus from the book.
Okay, that'd be a +4 to my Nhimbaloth floor.
Yes.
All right. So to do the item, does it just control and then click, and it'll pop up the window to add the
Yes.
circumstance
Yeah, by
bonuses?
default, that's
Okay.
how it works.
And this is this is a blind still, right?
Yep.
Oh, no, it just rolled.
Okay, it rolled it.
I guess
so
I'd add
that's fine.
4
I'll
to
add
it.
the 4 to it. So using the book, you're able to come this check using the book. This is a success.
Ooh.
Consulting
Okay.
the book actually helps, but as you read this book, you can feel it sort of washing over you a little bit. You're able to push it out, and for this sort of ability, like for this use, it's not affecting you yet. You are able to resist just the starting stage of what it might be trying to do to you.
Okay.
Traditionally, the book talks about Trials of Nhimbaloth, and it talks about making sure that people are strong in body and strong in mind. But there is talks of a third trial, and the third trial is typically a trial of survival.
All right, guys. I just read that there's one for how strong we are. There's one for kind of our mind, which I think we've done both of those, and there's a last one on possibly that's going to be around survival. So I think we have one more to go.
I think this is the test of
So, well, we might
survival.
want to
Then.
put that Might want to put that book away. Yeah, let's get that book put away before I started feeling weird again.
All right.
It
good
did
job.
start feeling like on you a little bit.
Yep.
But don't forget the book has other powers and abilities you can use, tap into.
Yeah, I wonder what the survival is going to be. Like, starting a fire? Building a fire? What? Like,
Well, there was a warm doorknob earlier. I don't know if that meant anything.
survive a fire? I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Maybe survival just means don't die.
Okay.
That's kind of been the
Indeed.
theme of all these tests so far, in a way.
Don't die.
Door number. I don't know what door number this is.
Door number
Feels
X.
like 100.
Are we ready?
All right.
Do
So
it.
you open the door. It opens easily. You can go ahead and step out of that door and, place yourself where you'd like to be. But
Mukta, did you check for traps before we go through this, man? We've had 2 traps already.
I'm always checking
You
for
haven't caught
traps.
And you missed both, man. You haven't missed
you're
a
always
trap
checking for
forever.
traps. There's not traps.
No traps.
Oh,
You step through the door, right? As you open this door and step through, Lady Whisper is standing here in this room, waiting for you. Behind her large skeletal form, a huge stone, easily 25 feet across, and who knows how thick, made of that same dark green, stony material, blocks the passage into the next room south. A large skeletal face with moss springing from its mouth, along with 7 tentacles splitting into 7 hands, each splitting into 7 fingers, spirals around the skeletal carving on this stone wall. Lady's Whisper stands there, motionless, considering you. Life, as we know it, is nothing more than servitude. Souls are their slaves, and they are bound to them in the afterlife to boost their power. It's all a joke. They interfere in your life, and the only chance you have at choice, by the way, treating you as nothing more than pawns in their games. And then when you die, what happens? She turns those big empty eye sockets onto Nilara. Pharasma judges them. She decides which master that soul will then serve for all eternity. It's not right. It's not fair. Death should be freedom, the ultimate release, not a punishment. It shakes its head sadly.
you don't seem free here. You're stuck in a room. Consider this freedom.
You're by choice. I serve her now.
So you still did end up picking a master after your death.
Do you even know why you serve? Or do they hide your memories from you?
Hey, how about if I survive this, we could have a discussion about it. Right now, we do have to finish this trial.
Yes, the trial. This is where I would escort you to the 3rd trial, and she motions her hand to the right, and on the far end of the room you see these just large sort of metal pipes set in the side of the room, and she's considering the pipes, and she's like, the 3rd challenge is this way, and she stops. But I know the truth. She looks back at you. You are pretenders, defilers. You should not be here. You are not worthy. Nhimbaloth, she thinks you serve some purpose to her plans, some means to an end. She pauses momentarily, her voice rising to fill the chamber. But I disagree. No non-believer has ever set foot in my temple, and that will not change. I'm sorry, defilers. I choose to send you into the afterlife, where you will wait until she comes to set you free. And you can see her kind of rising up and getting ready to like battle you. But this is it. This is Lady Whisper. Lady Whisper is here to fight. Mukta, if you're avoiding notice, Nulara, you're scouting, so everyone can
so plus
boost
one
up.
to everyone.
Yep.
That's a circumstance bonus, right?
Yep.
Alright, I think I already get that.
Mary Chrysler. 28, and then my demoralize would be
Oh, that's right. You get to demoralize.
I did a blind roll. What was my roll, Steve?
natural 1 as well.
It should have set it for you.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it did. Never mind.
Yeah.
Couldn't see it, but it's on the tracker.
Yep.
Awesome.
28 for me.
Yeah. Okay, so you do the will save. Oh, it's just a save for me, right? You roll the natural 1 and that will save, but you're not making a will save. I'm making the will save, right? So the natural 1 just goes off
I don't know
the
if
ether.
you can. Yeah.
You just.
I'm screaming for my friends.
Okay, so Lady's Whisper rolls a natural 20. Well, listen, you wasted a natural 1 and threw it out the window, so you don't have that, and you took her natural 20 and threw it out the same window. That's a win in my book. Right? That's
Is
a win
there
in my
stock for hero points?
We might be at our max redemption for hero points chat. I'm not sure. I set it at a max chat of 3 bonuses per. All right, here we go. At the top of the round, Lady's Whisperer is able to go first. She, it, they. And remember how I think you're doing... Lady Whisperer's, the strongest magic is a divination magic coming off her eye sockets, right? She reaches out. Okay, so I think she strides here to right in front of you, Nulara, getting in your reach. And then she begins to cast a spell. Now, the spell has somatic components.
Yes,
this
please.
triggers your opportunity attack. If you can critically hit her, you can disrupt her spell. No pressure.
Okay. Undead, yeah?
Actually, no.
Ooh. Okay. Mary Chrysler.
I mean, yes and no. It's a hard.
That's 37 to hit.
37, absolutely a hit, not a crit.
Okay. That's okay. So that would be 28 points of... Hang on, there's a lot. 22 slashing and then 6 positive.
Well, you're kind of in luck here because usually I think skeletons might have resistance to slashing normally. I'm not sure. She doesn't. She takes the full 28 points of damage.
Okay, perfect.
But her spell goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she took the positive damage too?
Oh, good point.
Yeah, she took all... Oh.
No, she did not take any of the positive damage. I didn't realize.
Okay,
there was
so
a
just
positive in
22.
that. Yes, so she gets 6 back from that.
Gotcha.
Good call, Clovis, and take a hero point for calling that out. I forgot your positive was wrapped up in. Oh, that's that based on the rune or something? Disrupting
it's
rune.
my
Yeah.
disrupting rune.
Hey, Dalvin. Okay, so she casts the spell. She's gonna do a 30-foot cone, which is gonna hit all of you.
Whoa.
I need every single person to make a will save.
Will save. Mary Chrysler.
It doesn't have to be private anymore, Clovis. That's fine.
Is this an emotional effect?
Let's check. Crushing Despair is mental and emotional. Yes, it is.
Can I use a hero point?
Absolutely.
Okay, Mary Chrysler.
Mushi's actually clear because of the way the cone's set up. Mushi doesn't need to make the save, surprisingly.
Okay.
27.
Oh, shit, yeah, I see that.
Is this a visual or
No, it's not visual.
just
It's just emotional.
If Hal could use his thing.
Yeah, it's not emotional or auditory, so unfortunately not. Okay, so let's go back up the line. The saving throw on this was 30. Nulara fails. Mukta succeeds. Hal fails. Clovis succeeds. So, for success, who succeeded? It was Clovis and Mukta, right? You guys lose your reactions, and at the start of your turn, you have to make a check to see if you get slowed for that turn, because you're overwhelmed with emotion. For those who failed, it's the same thing. You guys lose your reactions, but it's going to last for a full minute. Every turn for the next minute, You have to make the save or lose an action, and you don't have reaction. So Nulara does not have any reactions.
But I can recover from this one? Or no?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't think so. It lasts for the full minute.
Gotcha.
So for every turn for the next minute, you're over. So you are hit with the image of the cabin burning, the previous life, the life that was taken from you, and it just gets to you, Nulara.
Yeah, it's a bad day.
But that is the end of her turn. So that brings us to Clovis. So Clovis, can you make a will save? 23 is a fail. So you are now...
a hero point.
You're going to use a hero point?
Yep.
Okay. Use that hero point you just got. Cash it in.
Yep. Well, I had one from Coach Reed, too, so got one more after this one. Come on.
All right. Still a failure. So on this turn, you are overcome with the emotion you hear as Clovis begins sobbing uncontrollably. You're slowed 1 for this turn. So that means you only get 2 actions instead of 3. But since you succeeded, this only lasts for this 1 turn.
Okay.
Fireball?
I'm gonna kill you. Everything I got, you're standing right in front of
Hey, if it's a reflex save, it's okay.
I'll do Searing Light.
Choose a point over here, maybe.
Okay, Searing Light. Perfect. You have 2 actions. You can use both actions on Searing Light. How does Searing Light work again? It's just a straight attack roll.
Yes.
34, even through Nulara and everything, will hit. And so this does fire damage and positive damage. Good damage if it's a fiend or an undead, right? In this case, she takes the 21 fire damage, but the positive damage does not go off.
Okay.
Despite the fact she's a walking, talking skeleton, it seems like this effect that affects undead is not hitting her. But she takes 21 points of fire damage.
All right.
Nice.
Doesn't have resistance or weakness or anything.
Out of my turn.
Oh, I actually messed up on something, but that's fine. That's fine. Hal.
What'd you mess up on? She dead already?
Nope. So Hal, you failed before, so you have to make the save for the next minute. So go ahead and make your save at the start of your turn. Failure, which means you are slowed 1 for this turn as Hal cries, overcome with emotion. You only have 2 actions for this turn.
Okay.
I'm sorry, didn't Hal he didn't succeed earlier.
It was Clovis and Mook did it.
I am going to cast Haste Nulara.
Who are you hasting?
Nulara.
Nulara.
That's my turn.
All right. Nulara, you feel time ticking up.
Okay.
It's your turn. At the start of your turn, make your save against emotion.
Okay. Will save?
It's a will save, yes.
That would be... I changed my dice. That's not a good change of dice. Natural 1.
It's a natural 1, but the good news is, critical 6 fail doesn't actually make a difference. So...
it's a good time to have a natural 1, then.
Yep, you fail. You get slowed 1 for this turn as you get overcome with emotion.
For 1
but
minute.
You're quickened, and that quickened offsets that. So you have your 1 quicken action that you can stride or attack with, and 2 other actions to do anything with.
But I'm slowed 1 for an entire minute, right?
No. Each round.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's what you meant. Alright, first action, power attacking.
Okay.
That would be...
There we go.
42 to hit.
That's a critical hit.
Perfect, and a power attack, too.
Yep, power attack.
66 points. Well, just 60 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, so it's 60 points of slashing damage. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
God damn.
And she's flat-footed.
Oh, yeah, 60 points of slashing damage takes her
And
all the way
she's
down
flat-footed,
to badly injured. And she is flat-footed until the
Let's
start
go.
of your turn, Nulara. You tear in with Ancora's blade through her, and you almost feel like Ancora's with you. Ancora glides your blade because Ancora wants Lady's Whisperers gone. Maybe even more than you do.
Okay, will you be able to attack, Richard? I mean, like, okay, I'm not providing her with cover if you're doing a bow, right?
Oh, she's a spellcaster. I'm getting up close and personal.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, might as well. Third action, I'm going to try and hit her again with Ancora's blade.
Yeah, you have that. So it's a minus.
That would be
It's the MAP
28 to hit.
Okay, 28.
She's flat-footed.
She is flat-footed. The 28 is just barely enough. At the last second, she manages to like reshift enough that your blade goes right through the ribcage where there's nothing, and it misses by the slightest amount.
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, perfect. That takes us to Mukta.
All right. Do I still use the +2 to the save?
Yes, you do, because it's still an emotional effect. Like you said, it's a good time to get a natural one out of your system.
We're good. We're good.
You're overcome with emotion as the images of, like, you know, betraying Rita flow back in you, and you can't help but sob. You got 2 actions for the turn.
1 action.
Okay.
Second action, quick draw and strike.
Okay. Absolutely. It's your
With
quick
my
draw.
rapier.
Okay. Actually, this is the other thing I forgot. So as you rush forward, and I need to do this for other people from now on. As you rush forward within 20 feet of her, whispers begin hitting your ears, swirling in as you hear so many like ominous whispers, like trying to distract you. I need you to make a will save as you approach her.
It's an emotional effect again.
It is an emotional effect again. Yes, she's
All right.
very, very driven by emotion. So 33 is a
33.
success. So not only you successfully pushed back these effects, you are immune to this specific effect for the next minute.
All right, let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Make that strike. It's flat. She flat-footed.
It's so close to a natural 20.
35 is a hit, but not a crit.
That's fine. Minus. There's so
Minus 3 positive.
-3, so 24.
Okay.
And debilitation choices.
Yes, and don't think Enfeebled's going to do much for her, so I'm going to give her a -10.
Okay.
That is penalty on her movement.
Okay.
That's my turn.
All right. That takes us back to her turn. So on her turn, she's gonna reach out with her hand, and you watch as her skeletal hand begins to glow with like a black sort of energy, and she reaches out and she tries to touch you, Mukta.
All right.
This is it's a fortitude saving throw, please.
All right.
Abracadabra.
This is
reach out and grab you.
this would trigger an opportunity attack if you had one, Nulara, but you don't have reaction.
29.
29 is going to be a fail. Not a critical fail, just a regular fail. You good with that? All right. You take
Vampire.
20 points of oh my god.
That heals me,
Not
actually.
really.
Oh, that's so true. That's right.
Wonderful.
Let's go. Yes.
The minute the 20 points of negative damage,
I was trying to keep my face so straight.
it
Yeah.
heals you for 20.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
And then doesn't heal her for any because you took no damage.
That's amazing.
Nice. That's fucking awesome.
And she just her like she doesn't have any expression or anything. She just touches you, and you just see the jaw go like drops like one notch.
Her bony fingers sink in a little bit through the wax, and I just kind
No.
of cock my head towards her, like, "Thank you."
Okay. No, I guess she can't. So what she does now as this hand touches you, and she's like, the other like claw hand comes out, and she tries to do a claw strike at you.
All right, I will use dodge away.
You don't have reactions?
Oh, that's
Is
right.
dodge away is dodge away a
Yeah,
reaction?
Yes, for 1 round, right?
Yes, for 1 round. Oh, actually, yeah, for 1 round,
This is a new round, right?
you would have got your reaction back at your turn. Yeah, so you have a reaction.
All right, yeah, I'm going to use dodge away.
Nice.
Okay. So claw strike on Mukta. It's a 38.
38 is a hit, not a crit, because of dodge away.
That is right.
Ooh.
It should give me a +1,
And your AC is
29 usually. So it actually didn't bump up my AC automatically. So
that's
weird.
true, but
my AC is 30 right now.
Right. Okay. So it's a hit but not a crit. So you're going to take the damage from this effect. Her bony claws deal 20 points of slashing damage to you. And as the
To take
claws
away the
dig,
20.
as the claws, right. As the claws dig into you, you can feel like magic in it begins to try to pulse into you. I need you to make another will save.
Emotional effect?
This one is not actually.
Alright, just wanted to make sure. 37.
You can feel as this thing tries to like do something to you, but you resist its effects and the claw passes through you. And
It's a negative effect. I kind of wanted to.
that's true. And so then with her, she has a fourth action I didn't use on her first turn. With her fourth action, she strides kind of back here away from you guys. And gets right up on Clovis and Hal. That's her turn. We'll see if she survives for another one with the way you guys are doing this. Clovis, at the start of your turn, I need you to make a will save. We'll start with the Whispers, because you're within a certain distance of her. I need you to make a will save against the Whisper effects. 39 is a critical success. The Whispers enter your mind and are pushed right out. You're immune to her Whisper effects. Now you need to make a save for the... Wait, you succeeded.
No, it was only one round. We succeeded.
You're good. You get your full turn.
Sweet. Okay. All right. I'm going to cast Lightning Storm, but I'm going to do it as a 5-foot burst. So I want to aim it behind so it'll just come and hit her and nobody else.
Yeah, so
do that, right?
You can do a 5-foot burst that would only target her. Yeah, so when you cast the spell, you'll get a thing that says place 5-foot burst. You can place that. It's like 4 square. It's like a 4 square. We can place it right here over the top of her, and then it would only hit her.
Yep. Perfect.
So, above her head, this storm cloud appears deep here underneath the ground, lightning crackling from within.
It's pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah, let's see what her DC...
This is using the Foundry
reflex
tile
is.
effects, and it's like placing a tile that's above you guys so you can walk under it. It's pretty cool. So she's going to make... then you, as part of casting it, it makes the bolt come down, right?
Yep.
Okay, so she has to make a reflex save.
Yes!
That was a big... So critical failure for Lady's Whisper.
Let's see those Mukta fails in chat.
Mukta fails in chat for the DM. She's going to take double damage from your damage roll.
Come on, be a good roll. Be a good roll. Be a good roll. 68 points of damage.
That's 68
go.
points of damage to her.
Yeah.
And looking at her immunity, she's not immune to anything at this. Guess what?
Let's go.
Clovis.
What?
She has 68 hit points.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing!
Oh, look at that
Let's
freaking
go.
cloud of
Literally
liquid.
has 68 hit points. You dealt 68. This is like the scale of balance from your 4 damage lightning attack earlier to the 64 damage one here, 68 damage one here. So
Damn.
as the storm cloud rages and as you tap into those emotions, a giant bolt just hits down. The head looks up, can't move out of the way because she's not very nimble. It's funny because she serves Nhimbaloth, but she's not nimble. And the bolt
Whoa.
cracks from her head down her body, and you watch as the lightning courses through every single bone in her body as she begins to glow and just explodes in a shower of like bony shrapnel everywhere. Lady's Whisper rests once again, and we are
Yeah.
out
Woo!
of, we are
Only
out
2
of
rounds of combat? What?
combat.
That is fucking awesome.
Say hi
that
to
was like
Pharasma.
I was waiting for him to be like, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys definitely made short work of her, like with those crits,
2 rounds. That's never happened.
right? And she's
I've been wanting to do that lightning storm for a while. That worked. That worked out
Was
perfect.
that satisfying?
Yes, it
with that,
was.
yes.
Especially when you said it was going to be double damage, and I rolled like that. I was just like,
Yes.
Yep.
Amazing.
So, lady. And so here's what happens, right? As you splinter her, she explodes in a shower of bones. Behind her, at the end of the room, there's this large stone image with like the skull and the tentacles and the fingers. As she dies, there's like a loud cracking thunder noise as the entire stone like splits down the middle and sort of falls apart, and sags, revealing a sort of little path you can kind of squeeze through the rock to go further into the temple. And Nulara, you get like a little voice, like almost like a peaceful feeling in your head. I know you're not happy with it right now, but Ancora is there with you, and I have to thank you, Nulara.
Yeah, we can talk later.
Right.
Just make sure that we're okay here. Protect my friends.
Are you just placing more and more storm clouds now, or what?
All of a sudden, now it just popped up, and I'm trying to get rid of it.
I'll get rid of
make
them for you
more.
because it's a little tricky.
Okay. Yeah.
They are tiles. I don't know if you actually have the ability to take rid of those tiles or not.
This is so scary looking.
Okay, so as you step through the stone further into the temple, the vaulted ceiling of this massive chamber reaches 80 feet high and is carved with intricate patterns of bones, swamp reeds, and misty swirls. To the south stands a huge dais, its stone carved into crooked, cracked teeth. Upon the dais rests a massive skull, its eye sockets empty and its visage menacing. A channel of filthy water cuts across this room, emerging from the base of the walls on the east and west side of the room. Set in on the western edge of the room are two sets of double doors carved with the intricate patterns that you are now very familiar with as being Nhimbaloth symbol. A four-pointed star, a skull with moss in its mouth, tentacles writhing. And the stonework on the outside of this is immediately familiar because it's the same stonework that you had saw on the outside of the gauntlet itself. That stone that doesn't decay to time, that stone that stays pristine, this beautiful magical stone. And this must be the base of the gauntlet itself and the home to what has been referred to by Belcora many times in her journals as the Empty Vault. You have arrived, Heroes of Otari, for your last test.
Can I, if it's okay,
I'm,
drink
good to
my
go.
potion of bark skin before heading in deeper?
Yeah,
Okay.
it lasts for 10 minutes, right?
Let's see.
So as long as you guys are ready to go in right now and not going to take any like 10-minute breaks, if you drink it now, that's good. If you drink it and then decide to take a 10-minute break, that's probably not good, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't
Or
know
for 10
what you guys are
minutes.
planning to do.
Do you guys want to take a break? How, Clovis? Do you need to recharge?
I'm good. I'm ready.
Does someone want to take some of these healing potions off me? I tasted a little bit of them right now, and they kind of burn going down.
Hmm.
I could take some and be the ambulance.
It also might be a good time to refresh your memories and talk about the battle strategy, because what you guys are really planning to do is not just defeat Belcora, not just strike her down. It's to erase her using these lenses you have, right?
Mhm.
By combining, you've learned that by combining all the slivers, all the essences into her at once, you could have her consumed by Nhimbaloth forever. So really, I don't know if that's a good time to bring this up to talk about what is your strategy or based around that. I know Mukta's carrying this backpack with the
You
lenses
think she's going to be
like in
flying?
his back and stuff. So if he's carrying it, he's the one that has to be
I can make
within melee range of
you
her
two
to
fly.
inject the slivers.
Want to try to weaken her first and then do it, or try to hit her with some right away?
Well, then I won't
Could
be able
be.
to get. I have to get next
My
to you to
plan
touch
was
you to do
to-
it. So
If it
It lasts
if-
5 minutes.
I mean, I don't think we should do it now. I think if we see her flying, then yes.
Oh, maybe after this conversation and when we start heading in.
Hopefully, this is not like a 5-minute walk. You know, some of these
Yeah.
villains they like long
Mhm.
antechambers. You know,
Yeah. I wonder if.
I mean, my original plan was also to become invisible before we went in.
And then try to inject it on her?
At least one, while I'm
Yeah.
But
invisible.
invisible and flying might be good. I can give one person flight or myself. I can't do two like you have.
We could try distracting her for a bit while you do that. My question is, do we want to do it like on the first go, or?
I think we should try to get one in at least right away, right?
Okay.
Yeah, before she knows what hits her.
All right. Well, at least
mean-
none of us
Agree.
have negative damage. Okay.
So I become
you feel-
invisible.
Uh-huh.
We go in. While you're fighting her that first couple seconds, I'll try to sneak up
All right.
and hit her with it.
All right. Do you feel anything in your gems that would maybe give her an advantage against us?
Let's see. The first one I'll probably hit her with is the emerald because it has the lesser of the. It feels like it has less attack. Yes, you can. She can pretty much how I cannot heal right now.
Mhm.
If I get harmed, I heal. She will have that as well.
Oh, all right.
I think she might already have that. She seems like a kind of creature that would already have that.
You can make a spirit lore check, a
Sure.
Nhimbaloth lore check, or a religion check, or an
Yeah.
occult check. There's a lot of checks you can make if you really want to piece together everything you've learned through your 10 levels of traversal of the Abomination Vaults.
Oh, Mukta, if
don't
you
really
have
know.
like, if there's a signal that you can do, so that I can try helping you when you're ready to, because
I'm
you're
going to-
invisible.
Yeah, I'm gonna be invisible. I don't know if I
I
want
know.
to really.
23, hard to say.
Do you want to do it on
Would-
the first round?
First round, yes.
Okay, got it.
Would we?
I will do an
Would any
aid.
of you know if she's considered undead? Would you know that? Luca?
I'm pretty sure.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
she died, and she's still here. Not
Yeah,
not like
so
you,
was
Nulara. I mean, little different, you know.
Oh,
Yeah, but so was that skeleton lady over there too. And
no,
I don't think she
rem-
was dead. She was a servant of Pharasma. I think she was
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
kind of like an angel.
Nhimbaloth. Nhimbaloth.
ugly angel.
No, she said she
Oh.
used to serve Pharasma and then went to serve Nhimbaloth.
She used
Welcome,
to,
viewers,
yes.
from Weave the Tale to our last few minutes of our episode for the week. If you're just joining us, our Heroes of Otari have just traversed the entire Abomination Vaults, gone through all 10 levels, and they have reached the empty vault where inside awaits Belcora, the final boss of the entire adventure path, and they are discussing strategy on how to defeat her, which we will do next week session. Hi, everyone.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, Clovis. I
Hello.
think the last time that we fought her, when Mukta and I were melee with her, I remember that the blessings that were just recently given to me by Pharasma kind of affected her a little bit. I felt it.
Okay,
Mhm.
good to know. Good to know.
So
Right? That's what I remember.
yeah, I think
So first round, I shall.
Lentis
be-
will make her stronger, yes, until we get that third one in. So do we want to
Mhm.
try to weaken her first and then hit her with one?
We could.
I think we
like-
take the chance while we have it. You never know what she could be doing. You could never get next to her.
That's true. So we hit her with one at least, and then see where it goes from there.
Yeah, especially if you're invisible, just go up there and jab it in her.
All right. So once we're ready, I'll pop my elven cloak hood, go invisible, and we'll go in.
Okay, I have my bark skin. Hang on. Oh, it didn't pop up.
So your bark skin. I can also maybe before we go in there too, Alara, I
Mm.
can cast stone skin on you.
Oh, what's that?
Can I
Yeah, I'm going
actually
to.
use the
Put it in
Emerald
chat there
Fulcrum
for you.
lens right now?
Check that out, Nora. It's not too bad.
Yeah. To do what?
To
heal?
regain the 30 hit points?
You absolutely could.
Alright.
It's a once a day ability.
Yep.
And it doesn't deal it it doesn't give you positive thing. It just regains hit points just like a good berry. So you are able to kind of, I guess it's the first time you've tried to use it, right? You're able to focus your kind of connection with this lens, and from within this green emerald lens, it just feels like warmth filling your fingertips, spreading across your body. It just straight up heals you 30 hit points, I believe. Yep.
And they get a +2 bonus to magic for 1 round, but I'm not.
For 1 round.
Yep. And Clovis will cast Stone Skin on Nalara.
No. You don't have to.
No?
No. You can just
Sure.
save the slot, because for the box skin it's like 3 already. It's fine.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this will last 20 minutes, so.
I know, but I'd rather you in case that I may not be as effective. You and Hal usually have like damage under your sleeves.
Okay.
Well, I'm definitely going to cast this new spell I learned on you. So, not only fly, since you loved it so much, I'll put that on you and Mukta, and then I will cast it, the Death Ward on you, and hopefully that will help you out.
Oh, thank you.
I put some. I gotta show this. I put some graphics for Death Ward, so I want you to target Nulara and cast Death Ward because I want to see the graphics, what they look like.
Let's go to battle map first. Yes.
I did. Yeah, I did.
All right.
Whoa!
Oh, check that out. That is
Alright.
awesome.
I feel
Nulara.
Pharasmus with me.
That is really
It's
So
cool.
Nulara,
green
you are
too.
Death Warded. You can add the Death Ward effect. It lasts for 10 minutes. Yeah. So Death Ward, you get a +4 status bonus to saves against death and negative effects, negative resistance 10, and you cannot be doomed.
Oh wow!
Very cool.
Yes,
That is-
I can be stupefied.
You just learned that?
for-
Hal, when did you learn that one? That's a
Oh.
pretty cool spell.
yeah, this is.
I learned that
amazing.
the night after I was reading your book, and it was in there, so I just learned it.
Nice.
Everyone's been secretly reading the Whispering Reeds behind your back.
Everyone's
Everybody's
just-
picking it.
Nice.
Surprisingly, Mukta's the only one who abided by the rules.
Clovis, if Nulara doesn't want the Stone Skin spell, did you want to cast it on someone else?
Yeah, I think I'll cast it on Mukta.
Okay.
Sure. All right.
Yes, I'm sure.
So
You get resistance 5 to physical damage.
physical damage. All right.
It lasts for 20 minutes. Every time you get hit, the time reduces by. You just want to see this
1
effect
minute.
again. Every time you get hit, the timer goes down, so we'll have to track the timer. But for the most part, it should
Alright.
last the whole fight.
All right.
Nice.
Yep, I will cast that.
Okay.
Hold on.
And then, did you say you also cast Fly already, Hal? Okay. That's the Fly effect. I put the whirlwind underneath there. I was trying to come up with some kind of windy thing, so.
I'll cast it on
Wow.
Nulara and Mukta.
I feel it.
So Mukta and Nulara can both fly now for 5 minutes.
Oops.
What's the
it's
fly
busted.
speed? 20 feet. All right.
Or your speed, so whatever your speed is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Perfect.
Yeah, so 25.
If your speed was less than 20, then you would get to at least fly up to 20.
And remember,
Right.
based on what we did with flying before,
Yeah.
flying
An
takes an
action.
action, and if you don't use a fly action on your turn, you fall.
You fall.
You fall prone.
As Ravrex the dragon learned.
Yes.
It's like, oops, I forgot.
So it seems like you guys have done a lot of buffing. So I think the last thing we see here, at the end of tonight, we cut away from you guys, right? And we see a sort of weird lens, like the lens almost looks underwater, where everything's a little wavy, and we're floating next low to the ground, and we can see that we're looking through the eyes of these wisps, these soul feeders, and they are watching you guys from a doorway. They're watching you call the lightning down, strike Lady's Whisper, defeat her. The stone door behind her cracked, and you guys begin preparing outside of this chamber, casting all these spells. This creature watches all of this and slowly floats away towards a little basin of water at the far end of the room. And as it floats and sits on the basin, the camera kind of pans down into the water, and we come up on the other side, and it pans up, and we see a large chamber. We see large black stone obelisk going 80 feet high in the air, crackling energy coming off of them, water flowing in 7 rivulets around the room, and there, in the middle of it all, holding a little stone with 3 black slivers, Belcora herself. And we see the camera zoom in on her eyes. And as we zoom in on her eyes, we see the reflection of you guys preparing to fight her as she watches you through the eyes of empty death. And she smiles, turning this stone in her hand. And that is where we end tonight's session. Oh, and if you just to share what she looks like here, in case you guys haven't seen her before, this is our ghostly friend Belcora. Oops, I just closed it. This is our friend Belcora. She is not too happy that you guys have found her in her sanctum, that you have come here for her. And according to Lady's Whisper, like, this is all part of Nhimbaloth's plan, right? It's kind of weird. But that is going to do it for us, guys. Well, first of all, what do you guys think of tonight's session? Pretty intense?
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
The traps were interesting.
Yeah.
Dealt with a bunch of traps. We got glimpses into a lot of character backstory that so far had not been fully revealed. New Lara got to learn a little bit about her own character that she didn't even know. We got to fight Lady's death. I don't know if you guys expected that, and you guys made sure it worked for her. That was awesome. Oh, see,
that's what it feels like.
Picking up on what I'm putting down.
Oh, hallowed RPG.
There were the whispers calling her Lara in the whispers, right? In the burning buildings and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it's new Lara after all. I had more visions that might have revealed more, but you guys dispelled the visions I couldn't give you. So, whoopsie. That's okay. But overall, thank you for everyone that came in on the raid. That's going to do it for us this week on the Abomination Vaults. Thank you to Ninna, Richard, Mike, and Rick for playing. It's been a fun night as always. Thank you to everyone live with us now on Twitch that came over from Weave the Tale. Everyone that's been with us all night. Dalvin, thanks for hanging out. Lynx was in chat. Who else was in chat tonight that I saw hanging out? CJ. Big shout out to CJ. CJ's been with us since Versace Hovercraft from Molten Hosting, our sponsor here, gifting subs in chat. That was awesome too. Richard, you giving subs to all the viewers tonight. Awesome. If you got a sub from us, come back and check us out.
Yeah, make sure to check us out next week for the big fight. We got some more digital dice from the Rollsmith to give away. So
that's a good
Come watch us, be active in chat, and we can give you some dice.
Rollsmith is one of our sponsors tonight. We have not given away a set of dice tonight. So right now in chat, anyone watching, if you would like a set of virtual dice for Foundry from the Rollsmith, all you have to do in chat is just say, I love Rollsmith. I love Recall Knowledge. Say something positive to us. Let us know you want the dice set. First person to say it right now, I'm going to reach out and get you a dice set tonight. Yep. No questions asked. Courtesy of our sponsor, the Rollsmith. They're the awesome dice you saw us rolling tonight.
Rollsmith.
Ooh, look at that. Avatar Grace. I love Rollsmith. Guess what? I got some dice coming your way. Woo. You know what? The next 2 people that say it, I'll also give you dice. So don't be the only one.
Avatar Grace.
Yeah, Avatar Grace. I want to give a huge shout out also right now to all of our patrons who are supporting us on Patreon. Big thank yous by name to David Sims and Mike M.
David.
You guys are awesome. Give it a look at patreon.com/recallknowledge so you can get some behind the scenes looks at some of our upcoming content. We put a little teaser about what we're going to be doing coming up and an announcement. I made an announcement about our next big plans after our next short-term plans as well. So, Hal's giving you a spoiler right over there. So check us out. You get early releases of these videos before they hit YouTube, even though you're watching live with us now. Big thank you to Molten Hosting for providing our server hosting, making it so easy to use.
Molten homies.
Use the referral code Recall Knowledge. That's one word at checkout, and you can get your first month of service for free. Check them out at moltenhosting.com. Go back and watch the start of the VOD so you can catch up with the epic tales this whole season we've had with Molten Hosting, and it's been fun. Shout out to the Rollsmith for all the awesome dice you saw us using here today. Go pick up a set for your GM. They'll share them with your whole table. And Avatar Craze, you're getting your dice in just a minute. I haven't forgot about you. But we've come to the precipice of greatness. We've traversed all 9 levels, or actually, sorry, all 10 levels of the Abomination Vaults through the Rooms of Gauntlet, through the hands of the devil. We're now squarely in the eyes of Empty Death. And next week, it comes to an end one way or another. You or Belcora will be done. It's going to be awesome. We've been building to this for a whole year. It's going to be the 8th episode of this season. It's going to be the 40th episode of this campaign play. And I really am excited to see what happens. Fingers crossed. But if you want to find out what happens, you're going to have to tune in next week to find out. It's going to be Wednesday, Wednesday, January 12th. For those of you keeping track. Until then,
before we know it,
stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye. We'll see you next week.
Good night.
Bye, guys. Good night.
Good night.
May the force be with you.
Oh, I didn't click out. Whoops. Be back. Stream ending.